We'll see. Hey guys, our co-hosts are somehow late. I just sent them the link, but they are running a little behind. Welcome to Legion of Creators, episode 33, titled Aliens, Games, and Peacemaker Finale, Spectacl, and more. As always, this show will be run by three hosts. Kenna's here. Okay, nice.
Hi.
Oh, good. You showed up. I was just doing the intro to the show for everyone, just talking to everyone real quick. Hey, Soft Man. So we'll be talking about Alien, games, Peacemaker finale predictions, and more here. And of course, at the end of our regular scheduled programming, we will be taking Q&A of any sort of subject that you guys want. Welcome, Jake. Also, I have an announcement for most people that did not show up on my rival stream last night, that I will be bringing on a guest later in the show, a guest that's currently in the chat, to help make a surprise announcement that I made yesterday. So before Q&A, Jake will be coming on towards the end of the show.
Oh.
Because Jake and I have a big announcement for everyone. I'm now going to be doing, I have an announcement in general. I will now be doing 3 podcasts during the week, which we'll be talking about later in the show. I'm not going to spoil it yet. But yes, the commitment is getting kind of crazy. I'm going to be doing 3 now. Of 3 different, because Legion's kind of is everything, but the other 2 are 2 separate fandom things. Hey, Underground, the big 3 of podcasts. Let's go. Now, I will tell you, Kenna, I made it all the way up to episode 5. And I'm going to say this before Luke gets here, because I just talked to Chris on PlayStation. I can't finish this show.
You can't do it?
I tried.
That's okay. It's not made for everyone.
Like I said, I think they put a lot of effects and a lot of details into everything that they did. Romulus is a better adaptation to the Alien brand than this is. And that's just my only opinion. I'm not the only person that has an opinion. I'm sure Luke's going to come on here and say it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. And if he loves it, that's awesome. You and him can talk jibber jabber. I'll join in the conversations. I don't care if you guys spoil the fuck out of it for me, because I will not be finishing it. Alien Earth. In fact, I have an announcement on that I will be talking to you guys about in terms of finishing shows and not finishing shows. I will finish Andor before I finish I finish Alien Earth.
It's okay, yeah.
And I know that's a hot take considering where I'm at.
I mean, I know that at first the 3 episodes I wasn't really a fan of Alien Earth either, but then there was actually stuff going on after episode 5. But even then, I can totally see why somebody just isn't into it. And also, I am not like a hardcore Alien fan. I am definitely way more casual. So
I like the games we play. Like when we play Fireteam, me, Chris, and him. I enjoy that. I think that's fun. And I like the movies. And I like the movies. I'll answer that in a second, Underground. But the thing I don't like is I just don't. I'm gonna grab another drink in a minute. But what is that? Oh, you're gonna grab drinks? I just don't like interesting concepts, but the story is trash. I agree. There's some things that are interesting, and I'll be honest, and we can talk about this when Luke gets here. I thought it was kind of a cool concept in the first 2 episodes. By episode 5, I hate the Peter Pan comparison. I hate it.
I think my problem with the Peter Pan metaphor, especially with the first 3 episodes, is that it like the idea for me is that like I totally see why they're using the Peter Pan, because the whole point is that these children's minds going into these synthesizer bodies, these robot bodies, and like they have an adult. I have the dogs over. I just want to clarify.
I heard Toby.
I have the dogs over right now. Toby, he is crying for attention. I want to just apologize. Toby, I just want to apologize. You will hear barking sometimes. I will try my best to mute it.
It's
so
okay.
sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah,
No
like
one, no one's
the
mad about it.
yeah except for Toby, he's mad about it.
You can always
The
hold him during the show. You could be like the talking
I
talking
could
dog.
hold
Like you
him,
hold a
but
walking stick.
I'll figure it out once I'm finished with my piece. Toby, he wants to talk too.
You want something to say?
The Toby, what is your deal? Oh my gosh.
He wants to be
Anyways,
petty.
the human, the idea of like they're in an adult's body, but they still have the mind of the children. Can you stop? Oh my god.
Chris says, "Let's see the cameo of Toby."
Yeah, hold up, Toby. He's a big French bulldog. Come here.
He's a big boy.
Come on. Ugh. Can he even fit into the camera?
Can he fit in the camera? He's pretty big.
Hi,
Toby's
Toby.
on
Say
camera.
hi. Say hi, Toby.
Toby's eyes look crazy in the
I know in the
camera light. He looks like his own Halloween costume. He looks ghost light.
Are you gonna behave now? Are you gonna quit whining?
You hold him, and he can be your guest, and then he can say hello.
I have to hold him like a baby. He's a human baby in a dog's body.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
we noticed that. Kay says he's cute.
thanks. He is a cute dog. He's just a.
Yo, Crypto made a cameo. Nice underground.
Hi, are you Super Dog? Did you know that Peacemaker in the comics has a French bulldog? And
dang, it's too bad he got an eagle. It'd be nice to see him get a French bulldog.
Maybe. But anyways, as I was saying,
one day he'll get a real.
The whole thing about Peter Pan thing is like, you know, the Lost Boys. You never grow up on Neverland, right? I just feel like it's not as strong as it could have been. The messaging.
Yeah, the execution isn't very strong. Like one thing, you know what it reminded me of? And I'm sure they didn't borrow from it, but it reminded me of in the Clone Wars for Star Wars. It reminded me of how the clones, even though they all get metaphors of like numbers that go with their like serial numbers, they get like they name themselves, right? But execution in that was so much better. And like here, it's like the execution is like the idea is like I think it was episode 5. One of the guys in the show was like, that's not your real name, and it was like, oh wait, this thing froze for a second. 1 second, I'm trying to figure out why it froze. But it's like, that's not your real name, and I was like, okay, what is?
Right.
Like it was very weird.
It's just like
Crypto got competition.
It's just like he has a lot to say too. It's just like my thing about what really was hard for me to get into the show was that I do not care about Wendy. I do not care about her as a main character at all. It's interesting when she starts to speak to the xenomorphs. That's interesting, but all the other side characters are way more interesting than her and her brother. Like I just can't care about them. They're just
and that's what's hard for me. That's why I think I probably won't continue the show. Is it at least with Andor? I liked the protagonist of the story, so I could at least get into the story behind one character. With Alien Earth, when you're building your story around Wendy, and Wendy does, I think there are so many shows that have great female protagonists. I'm not one of those people that stands against the show having a female protagonist. But I've said this with the MCU, and I've said this with multiple other fandoms. If you do a female protagonist and you create a Rey or another forgettable protagonist, whether it be male or female, doesn't matter. But if you have a forgettable lead, your show will fall. Because you need to, when you're watching a show, you need to have a believable protagonist to be interested in that show.
I understand that she's a human child's brain going into a robot's body, but her personality, I just can't get her personality. She doesn't even have a personality. Like
she just doesn't bring anything interesting to the table. And that's
honestly, I prefer Rey. I feel like Rey in the sequel trilogies had, even though we could argue about what went wrong with her characters in the sequel trilogy, she definitely has a personality. And whether you like it or not, like it's
on paper, she definitely has a lot more.
She has something to offer. Rey did, and Wendy. Again, it's not really until near the end of the show that like things get going a bit. and Wendy starts to be way more active. But I think the problem is that by herself she's not a bad protagonist, but what hurts her is that her side cast is far more interesting than she is, and that really kind of hurt. I feel like her character in the show.
Join us. You can send him a link. Chris said I think Aqua Twist wants to join. I don't know if he's in our host chat, but yeah. Well, I think just for the podcast in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to send it to him, Chris, you're welcome to send him a link. I didn't know if he was in the chat. If he's in the chat, I dropped the link for him, but I don't see him. Oh, you sent him the link? Okay, good. That's good. Then yeah, if he joins, I'll be watching the thing. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying, Ken. I think and I'm just gonna say this before because I know we're literally 11 minutes into the show. We're in blazes as Luke. Was he so busy streaming? This is his show. He's late for his own show.
It's okay. I'm not bothered.
He asked for this. Let's talk about aliens. And let's talk about alien games.
Well, here's the thing. I'm willing to wait for him, especially because I think he will have far more stuff to say than the two of us combined, and that will definitely make the show.
Yeah, I think so. I just really hope that we don't that he doesn't go too long on this subject. I don't think our audience is going to be very interested in this particular show.
It's okay. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I
wanted to mention something Underground said earlier since we're waiting for Luke.
Okay.
So I'll put it on the screen so we can both kind of give our take on it.
Okay.
Underground says, if we get Huntress in Peacemaker, which version would we get? I think it will be a more comic book accurate new take, and it's probably going to be played by the Mantis actress.
Probably.
That would be my take on that.
It'll definitely.
Now, the reason
it will definitely be.
The reason we're talking about this, Kenna, is I'm going to release my cameo video tonight, and I'm pretty confident that I know two of the cameos for sure now.
Oh, okay.
I think we're getting Blue Beetle and Huntress as two cameos for sure. I don't know what other characters, but I really do believe the Blue Beetle thing is happening. I just keep seeing things about it, and I keep seeing James Gunn not denying it. And he says, you might be in luck, and just like, okay, let's see. Okay, you sent him the link. I want to make sure I didn't miss any chats. But yeah, if it's Huntress, now, because it's James Gunn, and James Gunn kicks ass with costumes and everything, if we see Huntress, I don't think it will be a big cameo. But I could see her on a rooftop in one of the other dimensions, rocking the purple with maybe the crossbow in her hand.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe James Gunn doesn't even want to make it obvious who's playing her. Maybe we just see Huntress in a costume, and we're just like, oh, well, like she's clearly Asian, but like she looks like Huntress. And maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe it's a small little tease, little appetizer cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, also speaking of stuff, while we're promoting stuff, I want to promote two of my new videos that are coming out tonight because I'm very proud of them. So one of them I won't tease too much because we're going to Aqua Twist is here. Cool. I won't tease it too much because I can't reveal it until our final guest.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Aqua Twist
arrives in the later
Kenna, what's
show.
up?
But one thing I will say, you can get your drink. So one thing I will say is, he's joining. There he is. Hello.
Oh.
Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah. So one thing I will say is that I the projects I am working on that I can tease, and we got 11 people watching. Sick. So all 11 people in the chat, smash that gosh dang like button, please, because we need that right now. But yeah, we're gonna have a great show for you guys. But so I did 2 reactions that are long overdue today, and I was losing my mind. They might be 2 of the best reactions I've ever done. Thanks, babe. So I reacted to the Wolverine trailer finally. And
Nice.
I went absolutely crazy, man. I went absolutely crazy. I went full on chainsaw reaction level, went bonkers crazy. And then of course, because it's coming out on Friday, I did the Daredevil reaction for his abilities and stuff. And dude, when I saw him deflecting all like all the ults, I was losing it, and I couldn't. And I also was doing a breakdown of like I did some research into the voice actor Kenna. Did you know the voice actor for Daredevil is the same guy that plays the annoying guy in Demon Slayer, the orange
I
haired
did not know
kid?
that.
Zenitsu.
Yeah,
Right?
Zenitsu. That's how you say his name.
In the English dub,
Dude,
yeah,
he's
yeah. No,
good,
I already
dude.
knew that
Like,
I already knew that he was a
like the
famous
character
anime.
interactions. The character interactions. I've watched some videos of the character interactions. Daredevil talking to Spider-Man in there. Like the interactions are crazy. Like, but I was going
Yeah.
crazy, man. I kept like, I was. I'm gonna have some clips in there because like whenever I saw when I saw Daredevil's abilities, I want to put the Punisher clip from when Punisher watches his family get murdered in the flashbacks and go, no, wait, like just everything just goes crazy because I was like, oh my god, dude, I was losing it. I was like, this is insane. So I'm really hyped for that reaction. And then I did the thing at the end of the video to get people's attention on the reaction. I did the thing when Daredevil and Daredevil Born Again after he defeats Muse and he just does his primal scream of being back as Daredevil. So it's like, oh, what the devil? Oh, it's like going crazy.
I don't play Marvel Rivals, so I don't really get a lot of the context, but it sounds cool.
Yeah,
No,
it's
dude,
gonna be
okay.
cool. Do you Aqua Twist? Oh,
What's
I was
up?
gonna ask Aqua Twist. Are you a fan of the Alien franchise in general, or what's your thoughts on it?
I've wanted to watch Alien 1 for so long. I'm finally going to this week because it's Halloween. It's the perfect time. I also want to play Alien Isolation because I want to crap my pants with horror games.
Yeah, I heard that game's really good.
Nice.
Have you watched Alien Earth, the Hulu show prequel?
I just watched Covenant. That's it.
Oh, yeah. That's my other thing about this show.
Have you played the Fire Team game? It's the one that you can play co-op with your friends.
Is that the arcade machine?
Did you play that one off?
I don't think so.
What'd you say?
Is that the arcade machine?
Oh, you don't think so? Okay.
Oh.
I think it might be. It's like a co-op experience where you fight the xenomorphs, but you customize your own character and play through this like story mode.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
Kenna, and since we were talking about the Demon Slayer thing with Daredevil, I was going to mention, I found out something big about the dubbed version of the Demon Slayer movie I was going to mention to you.
What?
I found out that if we watch the dubbed version, Channing Tatum actually plays or voices what's the villain?
Oh yeah, I already know that.
You know that he plays the sensei?
Yeah. I saw that before.
Oh, I didn't know if you knew that. Okay. So, because I just found out about that. Because you had asked me a while ago. So I went and checked into it.
I think that was like gold news a little bit. But okay. I want to focus back to Alien Earth for a hot second. Yeah. My biggest thing about what was hard for me to get into the show is that it's a prequel and it's set 2 years before the first movie happens. And I think it's hard to do a prequel when we're in 2025 and we have so many, better technology and effects compared to what they had in the 1980s and end of the 70s. And I'm not saying that we can't do modern prequels to already older films. Obviously, that happened with the prequels in Star Wars in the early 2000s, and that turned out fine. But for me, it's just like it's my opinion on this is very nitpicky, but it's like too modern a bit. I mean, it's hard to say that because the whole point of the Alien franchise is that it's very futuristic. It's set in like the future, but I don't know. Like it was kind of hard for me to really immerse myself in the world, knowing that it's a prequel before the first Alien movie. I think if it was maybe set after, it would be better, but that's just like very nitpicky of me a little bit, I'll be honest. So again, it's not objectively, visually, it's not bad. I think it just kind of throws me off that it's so polished now compared to the original films a little bit. But that's like that's just like a personal problem more than a critique of it.
Right.
So
was
two
laughing
things.
because
Chris gave me a message. I haven't seen Peacemaker yet. So watch out.
Okay.
we
Yeah.
won't
But
do any
Yeah, we won't.
spoilers.
Yeah, we won't talk about Peacemaker yet. Don't
I
worry.
was laughing because Chris said this about Luke when we were asking where Luke was.
Yeah, Luke
Luke lost
on
his
the
mind.
island.
He's on an island in the last Jedi.
Yeah, I saw
oh
that. That was a
god.
funny comment.
So when he
So
comes in
funny.
here, we'll be like, "Hey, how was that green milk, man? You enjoying that green milk?" You
So I will say, so that brought up a good point where it's like, I watched Spider-Man 2.1 in theaters, and granted, I haven't seen Alien Earth. I know nothing about it, but it's like I kind of like when older movies were like more practical. It's like I want
Oh,
like it
for sure.
feels more authentic, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish like we had more modern movies like that. Like not everything has to be up and up and up in production
I
because it takes
agree.
longer.
Yeah,
It's like, so
Right. Like I
that's
love
really
like
the big thing.
rewatching the first Alien film. I really love just how almost rustic it looked in a sense, but not being like ugly looking. Like very kind of like
yeah.
like the Kurt Russell's thing. That movie is known for its amazing practical effects. And just even though, and here's the thing is like I'm not anti CGI. I think when it comes to the whole practical effects versus CGI thing, is that people go into one side too much when we should have practical effects, and CGI isn't bad. CGI can be good as long as it isn't rushed, but we shouldn't completely abandon old techniques like practical effects to just keep going further into the more higher, better technology. They should be able to work together and balance.
Right.
Right.
Like
I agree
going
with
back to
that.
going back to Spider-Man 2.1, it's like I remember they showed the behind the scenes in the theater before the movie started about like I forget his name, but like the actor who played Otto Octavius, and it's like
Yeah.
yeah, but like it was cool, like seeing like it's like I don't know how they could have done it all practically. You kind of needed like that sort of computer effects to get it like looking the way it looked, but with that
Did you go?
real like
Did you go
costume.
see it when they released that extended cut that just came out?
Yes, so it was only for a day, I believe. I seen it before. I haven't seen it in years, but it was my first time seeing 2.1 in the theater. No, it still holds up. In terms of like again, like the whole practical versus CGI and everything, I definitely think it's like a nice time capsule from that period.
Yeah. So Chris wants us to talk about Demon Slayer with Aqua Twist because Luke's not here
Oh,
right now, and I know
where do
we've
I
all seen
start?
it. So. You want to start? All right,
No,
Jake,
no,
we're
I
gonna
was
start
I was
talking about
joking
it.
around. It's
All
like
right, guys,
where do we
anybody who
start?
hasn't seen Demon Slayer, you guys have had weeks now. So if you haven't seen Demon Slayer, I'm gonna do a countdown, and we're gonna go absolutely ham. Nothing is off the table at this point. So if you guys don't want to get spoiled, get the fuck out because it's about to
I
get
haven't
real.
seen the
All right, guys. In 3, 2, 1, spoilers on for Demon
Chernobyl,
Slayer.
guys. Sorry,
It's
he gave
Dude.
you a countdown. He
Here's
gave
the
you a
thing,
countdown.
I went into that movie knowing it was gonna happen, but I'm like, damn, my favorite character gone just like that. I'm like,
Oh,
but like I knew it was gonna happen already, but still I'm just like, ugh. I'm just like, ugh.
Well, Kenna, it's like it's like Thanos says, run from it. Destiny still arrives. You dread it, you run from it. It still arrives. It is the way it is. But yeah, that was for me. That was a shocking. That was a shocking reveal. Even though I knew the manga quite a bit, it'd been a while since I read it, so I genuinely was surprised with most of the stuff in the film. It's like Game of Thrones. Anyone can die in Demon Slayer. Yeah, but it's gonna have a much better ending than Game of Thrones. Because anybody who's seen Game of Thrones knows how that ends.
Yeah, I really do like how after this movie, where the Demon Slayer arc, rather than doing more anime seasons, it's gonna be movie. Like I think that's the perfect pacing wise to complete the arc, and I'm hoping it doesn't get a Naruto treatment later on in the future where like just let good things end. Let Demon Slayer end. I mean the manga's over, but I mean just like with the anime, just let it end and like
I think
don't
they could
touch
just
it
let it in. I
again.
don't think
Let
they
it
need
let
to
it
change anything.
let it rest in peace when the finale has come.
Yeah, I don't
I
think they're
will.
gonna add anything new. I think they're just gonna keep. I think they're just gonna be like, this is the end of the story, and that's it. And I think that's perfectly fine. I think the only problem we have with that is the way Hollywood works right now. The fact that if somebody finds a way to get anything, I mean, someone will probably try something, but I hope it doesn't affect the original story, in any way. But no, I think yeah. I mean, I love this movie. My favorite things. We are getting into spoilers. My favorite thing about this movie, by far, is the backstory uh, of our villain,
Oh,
Akaza.
yes. Dude,
Yeah,
that it was a little long, but like that like any backstory that's like well paced is like my favorite trope in anime now. Like
and
JJK
that's
season 2. Oh,
and
perfect.
my
Like
favorite character. One of the things I love about this movie is
mhm.
even though I love a lot of the demon characters, and I think they're all super cool. Of the Slayers, my favorite Slayer has always been Gyu. So the fact they put
Mm.
some respect on his name made me so happy in this movie. Like that fight between him and Tanjiro and Akaza was so good. It was awesome. And the animation, like Chris said earlier, the animation was beautiful. It was incredibly done. Oh, D-Man is lurking. No, it
Classic
was
He-Man
incredible.
moment.
Like, dude, it was incredible. Like, it just was. Hey, Bonsai Melissa. No, it was super incredible. Like, I could not believe how awesome it was. Like, I loved everything about it. Like, this movie had so many good things going for it. Like, as an anime movie, and there's been good anime movies before, it really just kind of built out everything that we loved about the show. And it made us want more. Like, we know we're getting the sequel, we're excited, but it also didn't make you go, oh, like, it's not pulling that Marvel crap. Like, you need to have an end credit scene to know what's next. Like, it ends in a good
Mm.
way where we kind of know where we're going, but it also kind of like, we don't need to know more. We just can wait and get excited for when they start marketing it. Because one of the things I loved about this movie too is like prior to this movie release, there was not a ton of like marketing to be like, hey guys, go see Demon Slayer. You know, go see like
Yeah.
it did its job, but they didn't go crazy on it.
Well,
Mm.
Demon
Like,
Slayer has
you
such
know,
a big fan base that they didn't even need to go crazy with the marketing, you know?
yeah, I think
Right.
the only thing I saw is every time I went to the theater, they do the little thing where they show like the flashback cinema and stuff, and then you get like the Funimation little ads and stuff. And here and there, they would show whatever new anime movie they would advertise new things. So I did see that occasionally, but not that often. So yeah, I think that was really awesome. I think it's cool that they didn't have to do a lot, and it's still just
Right.
yeah. The Japanese voices are so good. I agree.
I mean, when it comes to anime, I don't get into the whole sub versus dub war. I think both are good depending on what kind of anime you're watching. But Demon Slayer is definitely in those animes where you do have to watch it in Japanese. It's just better that way. But some animes are good in English, or
Yeah,
sometimes
Yeah,
even better.
I watched the
It just
dub
depends.
personally.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I was saying like, yeah, I get that. I feel like I don't know, anime. I feel like is like really popular now, was with a
Yeah.
lot of things, and I feel like
they
I
made it
think
pretty
why Demon
mainstream.
Slayer is still around. I think it's very Japanese, for lack of a better word, where it's like a lot of the like old fashioned, like set in that
It's more in
feudal
culture.
Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, more in its culture, where
Hmm.
it's like you see all these weird fan service. You got Mineta crap, and like, come on, and it's
Right. Yeah.
like so many tropes. This is like no, like wow, I wish it did it more. Like, I wish it leaned more into the no. This is a feudal Japan show with all these swords and like less supernatural. It's very like down to earth, and I think like
I think
that's
that's
hit with a
true.
lot of people. Um, More than like a My Hero or like
Right.
JJK or something.
Right.
I didn't watch it until this year. I wanted to watch it when it came out. And I'm like, had like no episodes. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait because it wasn't complete. And like now I did, and I
Right.
caught up. And it's like it's one of my favorites. It's just too
Yeah,
good.
it's good. It will go down in history as one of the best, like more modern animes for sure.
I'm
Um,
laughing at kind of in that chair with Toby. It reminds me of Professor, what's his name? Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
It seems that you have found my secret lair. He keeps
Yeah.
crying at me. I don't know what his deal is, so I'm holding him. And so far, he's okay.
Nice.
No, that's funny. It's like what? Yeah, I did hear about that, Chris. That Demon Slayer made 750 million worldwide. It beat both Superman and Fantastic Four, which is pretty crazy.
I know.
Which I think is interesting because I think most of us can both say, even if we're going out of numbers, that a majority of good general people had good things to say about films like Superman and Fantastic Four. But I think that we just as we talked about it, when you look at Demon Slayer, the anime right now has become such a big thing, and Demon Slayer has been that thing that is consistently people love it. And so when they saw that was enough to make a movement, and we're seeing, and none of this is happening with IPs that are doing really well that we've seen before, but we're also witnessing this with new IPs. Like, we're still, even on Netflix, we're still seeing the results of the resurgence of what's going on with K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yep.
That's still going crazy on numbers. That's still something new that people are like, oh, now they're open to K-pop and like all that cool stuff. And that's really cool. But I think with Demon Slayer, you're getting the fact that you're seeing all these people have really not given up on this anime, and they've stayed consistent because they loved what they've gotten. And now you put this in a movie, and it just expands. And they had one movie before, because like I jumped into, Kenna got me into Demon Slayer, and the night before we saw the Train movie, I went ham. I stayed up till 5 a.m. and binged all of season 1, even though there's an insane amount of episodes.
That's crazy.
And you know what's crazy is when I made this is how crazy YouTube treats anime. When I made my review for for that Train movie, that was one of my highest reviewed reviews I've ever had on my channel. Like it was crazy. Like when I just gave my general thoughts, I'm like, oh, I just got into this, but I'll give you my thoughts on the movie. I absolutely loved it, and I went in depth on what I loved about it, and people just ate it up. It's just crazy. Because there are some reviewers out there that are really big reviewers that refuse to review anime films. It's just not for them. And I've noticed that. Oh, Joe, you should make. Oh, hold up. I'm gonna answer these in a second. So Chainsaw Man movie, and I need to watch the series. Yeah, the Chainsaw Man movie looks interesting. I definitely am gonna check it out. Chris said, Joe, you should make some anime reviews. Death Note in the future, it's so good. Others, yeah, I plan to.
Death Note is a classic.
I just gotta find animes that I'm really interested in, and then I'll start doing. Even though I mostly covered Demon Slayer, I plan to do more. There's a reason I put an anime clip in my YouTube intro. I plan to do more with anime stuff. In fact, I don't know if I told you guys this a lot, but the current, even though it's going to be live action, the current movie, my short film I'm making right now, is actually said to be a live action anime. But it's not like going to be like, obviously, it didn't originate from anything anime because it's my original idea, but it's going to have elements of what you would expect from anime, right? Like if you saw a good live action anime, there's going to be things. I'm working with a new sort of technology that's going to allow me to make crazy stuff. Like by the end of this movie that we're making, you're gonna see like when you're filming it, it's gonna look like a super normal, pretty standard live action movie. But then once you get it put into it's put together like a full movie, then you're gonna get to see it. Like there's gonna be dudes running at each other with lightning. There's gonna be like some crazy just effects. Like we got some Dragon Ball stuff in there.
Oh wow.
There's already a reference to the first footage I put out on YouTube where me and my friend pull a little bit of Street Fighter and a little bit of Naruto and Dragon Ball in there. That's kind of crazy. So Lucas finally arrived. So it's crazy stuff. How was the island and the green milk?
What's going on?
That's what Chris said you were doing. You were Luke. You were stuck on the island.
My camera's all messed up.
Obviously.
Yeah, no, I heard. That's funny.
Dude, you will love Death Note, Joe. The battle between Light and L, amazing. I will add it to my list, Chris. Gotta find where I can watch it, and I'll definitely watch it.
It's on Netflix. Death Note. I'm
Oh, it's
pretty
on
sure.
Netflix? Oh, sick. Okay, I
And
will
also
watch it
another
then.
anime that Joe I've been recommending to you for a bit now. I know you've been busy, but I think you'll really like Vinland Saga. That's on Netflix too. You'll really love that
Okay,
anime.
so I'm gonna have to. Is Death Note longer than Villain Saga, or
I think Death
I
Note
think it's
is
shorter.
longer. I
Oh.
think Death Note is longer than Vinland.
okay? Because I will watch Death Note first, and then I'll do the Villain one. Because
it's Vinland.
I feel like it's good to finish the longer
Yeah.
anime first, because you invest the most time
Right.
in that
It's
anime. That you
you'll
get
like. I think you'll like Vinland because it's Vikings, but it's more.
That's gonna be cool. I still need to watch because I love the games. Before I watch either of those, my new plan is to watch, and I want to stream the game again so I can finish it. I need to watch the Devil May Cry anime. That's my
That's a very
next.
good one.
That's
Yeah,
my next
that
one
was
on my
pretty
list.
good. Yeah.
Because
Well,
I love
Luke,
those
since you're
games.
finally, Well, Luke, since you're finally here, we can go back to talking about aliens.
Yeah,
Am I
we were
frozen?
waiting for you.
Yeah, you are frozen a bit right now.
Weird. I don't know why I'm having such issues.
You having issues with the camera? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we can talk about Alien.
Mhm.
I heard your take earlier.
Mhm.
Am I
Yeah.
coming through bad too?
Luke has frozen
What?
to the last Jedi.
Am I like coming through bad?
I hear you. You're just not moving.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
frozen. We see you, and we hear you
I'll let
audibly.
it go.
Yeah, let it go. Yeah. Chris says Luke has frozen to the last Jedi. Yeah, so the Osaga is amazing.
I've been having some technical difficulties because I have the dogs, my sister's dogs. I'm dog sitting right now, and they are.
Got the dog show. Luke's got technical. Luke's stuck in the Fortress of Solitude right now.
Oh my god.
Luke has
It's
frozen.
been quite an episode, really.
Luke has frozen to the acolyte. Oh no, that's sad.
A Rotwell moment.
I'm sorry about that. That sounds like a tough one, Sofan. Just wanted to say I'm really super glad, guys, because our last couple episodes, the turtle hasn't been amazing. We really thank you guys for the support this episode. This is already doing some of our best numbers and the best audience engagement that we've had in a while. And this is our 33rd episode. So thank you guys for being here. We know it's a Tuesday night, and we know we didn't do our intro as usual. We just kind of got into it, but that's okay because it's still really cool. Like, I didn't expect Octotwist to be here, so that's pretty awesome. Always love having familiar faces. Anybody who's come back and who's been on before in the past is like a lifelong member of the show. It is always welcome. Before we talk about aliens, let's talk about what shows and movies we are hyped for. Oh yeah, we can do that, Chris. Since we're waiting for Luke to do his stuff. Expedition 33. Get it?
Really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know we're. Sorry to interrupt, but like,
he'll come back.
Rep. Now, while Luke's not here, I don't know if you've seen it, but like, actually, I won't spoil it either way. My Hero Season 8, it's about time. I've watched it for 8 years. Oh, sorry, almost 8 years since the dub premiered. And like, oh my God, like the fact that like it's almost done is like insane. And I'm making a video on it right now because it's like anyone can talk about it, but like when the arc ends, it's the end of an era. I'm going to feel what probably you all felt when Dragon Ball ended or when Naruto ended.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be crazy.
He made it. He fixed his stuff.
How we doing?
We lost Aquatwist.
Oh no.
It's all right. We traded off.
Actually, he's about to tell us something super important. I hope he comes back. He must have just got bumped the wrong button or got kicked. Welcome back, Jake. Oh, he's back. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because we're done talking about
welcome back,
for Demon
Jake.
Slayer.
We know we were talking about Demon Slayer, so you had to dip out. But welcome back, my friend.
Technical
we've had a
difficulties.
super great show so far, Luke. We had a super crazy turnout so far.
Yeah, I heard. I love it.
Yeah, man, it's a great show. It's a great show. But
Love
yeah,
me
no.
some Demon
Aqua,
Slayer.
what you were
People
saying
love them
about
some
my
Demon Slayer.
hero?
Yes.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm just saying I'm making a video on it because I have to capture that moment. It's like I'm gonna feel when that ends. I'm gonna feel what where everyone probably felt when Naruto ended or when Dragon Ball ended. It's gonna be like, damn, what's gonna replace it as my
Right.
favorite? Probably nothing. It's too good.
Well, yeah. So, if you guys like anime stuff and you guys aren't following Aqua Twist on any of his socials, specifically YouTube or whatever, make sure you guys check out his stuff
Yeah,
because
thank you.
totally, man. I mean, I'll watch that video. I gotta finish that one. I started watching it and I was like, oh, this is totally my kind of thing. Anime and superheroes, like I'm all in. That sounds great.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of fell off it, but I got to get back to it because it sounds pretty cool.
Right. Thank you. No, it's like I normally don't cover anime because it's like I didn't grow up with it. But I'm like, well, I'm gonna get into Dragon Ball, and then I love Dragon Ball, and then year or two later, I'm like, I'll watch My Hero when the dub air. I'm like, oh, like it's just crazy. Again, like I normally don't cover it, but it's like, well, I'm trying to branch out, and it's like, what are my other interests? And it's like I like cartoons, I like movies, but like anime is like especially like the good ones. It's like I feel like like people over in Japan, I think they're very respectful to animation compared to here, and I think they can tell a more poignant story like in a game or something. So it's like it's very cool to see like anime been blowing up the last God, I don't know how many years at this point, but like anyway. I did not.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So Chris wants to
I'm
know
gonna share
what
a stream real quick.
So Chris, yeah, you're gonna show the stream. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah,
Chris wants to know what TV shows and movies have us hyped right now, basically. And Jake says his answers are Welcome to Derry and Stranger Things season 5, which I think are pretty big givens. So yeah. So I think we should go around the room and everyone should say they don't have to say both, or they could just say one, right? Movie, TV show. You guys are really hyped for, like, you hear buzz about this show or this movie, and you're excited. You're feeling like it's gonna be pretty good.
So Doomsday?
I think we'll start with Kenna.
Secret Wars.
Are you going to put that one up there? Are you
No.
Secret Wars?
I'm just joking. I would say for anime TV show, I mean, Welcome to Derry is pretty good, but I would say JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Steel Ball Run is coming out soon. I'm excited for that. And then for movie, it's a tie between the new Frankenstein movie with Oscar Isaac in it, and then the third Knives Out movie. Hopefully that will be better than Glass Onion was.
It's a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Luke's setup is awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
And hi, Melissa. I forgot to say.
You want to go next, Luke, or Aqua Twist want to go?
When it comes to, I'll go. Movies and TV, like I don't really know what I'm excited for. In a way, and it's because I like to see train wrecks. I like to see things when they're going to be bad. I want to see The Witcher.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to see how it goes down.
I ain't doing it, man. I ain't doing it.
I'm doing it.
I respect you. I respect you for going and sticking it out. Cavill out. I'm out. It ain't happening.
No, I get it. I
mean, hopefully it's good.
No, I just want to see what they do. Unfortunately, but yeah. I mean,
I just got so much to do.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead,
I'm just really on a game grind right now, so it's like games are on the mind. Trying out that new dinosaur game that came out today, Death Grounds, and I want to get back into that. I just reset up my entire.
Yeah, I've been seeing some of your thumbnails. They're pretty cool. It looks like you've been going crazy on the streams, and I think
I'm grinding, awesome. Bro. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Battlefield 6 comes out.
Oh yeah,
in like a couple days.
That's pretty cool.
So, pumped for that right now.
What about you, Aqua Twist? Do you got your movie and shows for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I already said My Hero. I it's airing, but in terms of what hasn't aired yet, Spider-Verse Part 3, Beyond the Spider-Verse. Oh my god.
Yeah, a lot of people are waiting for it, man. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
2 more years. will be worth it. But damn, 2 years. What's gonna happen in 2 years? Better
Yeah,
be
dude,
good.
That's crazy. I can't wait.
I know.
That's gonna be cool. Speaking of The Witcher, Jake says we got the trailer today. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, for The Witcher?
Yes, maybe Luke
I'm
might
so
have
out
to
of it.
react
I don't
to
keep
that
up anything.
for the show.
I only keep up with things that I'm like
I
on.
gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna go. So TV's gonna be obvious. Movie's gonna be the interesting one.
Are we
TV
getting an Acolyte season 2? Because
no, hush. Don't do
you know
that
what?
to me.
You know what? You know what Joey's gonna say? Zack Snyder's new Justice League movie.
Dang. No, yeah. You know what I'm really excited about? The Rebel Moon director's cut. I heard it's gonna be like better than the Penguin, just like peak cinema, and just no. So this is a bit that we do, Aqua Twist, because these people. I made a mistake a few streams ago, and they're now holding against me that I said good things about Zack Snyder when I'm known as a Zack Snyder hater, and so they're literally like making fun of me nonstop. But in all seriousness, I think everyone knows what I'm gonna say. Lanterns, baby, lanterns.
Right, Lanterns. You're right,
that's
Joe.
my number one show right now. Whenever that gets dropped, lanterns, 100%. Movie wise, what I would have to say is I am excited to see Tron this weekend, but I'm not hyped for it. Like I think it will be good. Hopefully, I'll enjoy it. But I would say hype wise, even though a lot of people didn't love the first movie, I gotta be honest. I'm still on that Mortal Kombat train, man. I'm still really looking forward to that Mortal Kombat. I can't wait. That trailer sold me. I love Carl Urban. Johnny Cage is my favorite character from those games, and to see that come to life is just gonna be awesome. And I hope that they allow Carl Urban just to be absolutely unhinged. Like I just want him to be pissing so many people off. Just if you guys have played the games, you guys know how Johnny Cage is, and I just I want to see it. I want to see him just taking the piss out of everybody. Like I want every time he gets a fatality, just like he's taking the piss out of everybody. Like, see, I beat you guys. Look, you see what's going on? Like this is the great.
He has to do the nut punch, or it's a bad movie.
I've never seen a Mortal Kombat movie.
Me neither.
Never?
Yeah, okay, honestly,
you gotta start with the original.
Don't crucify me. I never saw the original. I grew up with the Mortal Kombat games. I watched the newer one. I actually I liked it pretty much. It was pretty good. I'm very excited to see Noob.
Yeah.
Okay,
Noobs.
Cool. Yeah. I was gonna say like Noobs.
Got, Chris. Yeah. And
that's my favorite character.
Saying, yeah, that's pretty good. Then Chris says Dune Part 3 is my biggest movie. Yes, I'm hyped for Clayface, Superman, plus the rest of the DCU TV show. Welcome to Derry. Yeah, those are good choices. I think a lot of people are looking forward to Welcome to Derry. Oh yeah, Jake, you reminded me. Fallout Season 2 coming out in December. Yeah, I can't wait for that, man. That Fallout first season, that got me hooked, man. That first season was so good. If you guys haven't seen the video game, so the Fallout games, having this show, season 1 was really good, and season 2 looks pretty promising. Yeah, so I'm really,
Fallout's great.
I'm really excited. I'm really loving it. I think those are good. Yeah, I think those are really cool. Oh yeah, he's gonna
mind the Fallout. I want
watching. I think, Chris.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I think Luke is ready to talk about Alien with us because I know he's been waiting. Are you ready to spill your Alien stuff, Luke?
It's the Alien guy. He's here.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's not a xenomorph in his background yet.
Shit. I should have thought of that.
You should have already had a chest burst.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for Halloween, you just have like all the goodies just sitting there.
I like to change what's up there every once in a while, but I don't have any alien stuff. It's a shame. So
I can't believe you don't have nothing. I thought you're the alien guy.
I know. That's sad, right? I gotta go buy something tomorrow.
Just like poser. I'm just kidding.
You know why? It's not like popular enough to be just in stores. I'd have to like order it online, I feel like. a lot.
Right, yeah, it is hard to find stuff like in person at the
Yeah, it's not as big as it once was,
Mhm.
even though it is kind of popular, it's pretty popular,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
not like Star Wars or
Right,
something like
yeah.
I
that,
know it's weird.
To
So
be fair, Star Wars is on the decline, so I mean, it's
yeah.
You said it, not me. um,
yeah. I'm just
so
talking facts, man.
Alien Earth. What do we all think of this show? Let's just say, like,
So,
real quick.
I've
Let's
seen
just
it.
go around and say, like, a brief, no spoiler, what we thought overall of the show.
all right, you want me to start since I have a confession to make on the show.
That you didn't finish it.
Yes,
How far did you get?
5 episodes in.
Oh, did you finish the fifth one?
Yep,
Okay. People claim the fifth one's like one of the best ones. So
I finished the 5th episode. I will say this: this show ain't for me, bro.
really,
It just ain't for me. And I'm gonna just be honest on it. Like I'm being genuinely honest. I gave it the fair shot like I would any show. But if I genuinely can't get into a show headed into the 6th episode, and I have 3 episodes left, it's not for me,
Yeah,
man.
it's not worth it.
Yeah, there's other things I could be watching. Like I was like maybe one day I'll finish it, but I'm like, it just wasn't winning me over. I just wasn't feeling like I was constantly watching it, doing nothing but watching it all day long, and I just kept getting bored and not being invested in any of the characters, and just I don't know, just like it was kind of crazy because like every time a xenomorph popped up, I would be like, "Ooh, that's exciting," and then the second the xenomorph went away, oh, we're back to this. And then it's
right?
just like,
No, I get it because like it's not your typical like alien movie where they are B horror movies but brought to like A class status essentially. That's like the whole idea behind Alien. When I watched like the original director, the documentary about the making of the first movie, like that's what they kind of get into. The people who wrote the movie, it's like that's the idea behind it, and I feel a lot of the movies do that very well. And they are more
yeah,
entertaining in that sense. One of the things though that personally I have always found the most interesting about the Alien franchise is just the androids. As much as I like the B horror like vibe that it has and like the alien killing people, part of well, I like the anxiety of it more actually. I like the
I'll
buildup
give
of
you
all that
anxiety.
more than I like the actual like everyone dying off. Even though I like the like representation of no hope and everything that they give by doing that, but
Oh, it's
I just really like the ideas that they present with the androids, whether it's the movies or the show. I really like what the show does further with those ideas. Now I know everybody's complaint is prequels, prequels, prequels when it comes to the Alien franchise. I even heard you say that earlier, Kenna, and I hear people say it all the time. But
Mhm.
honestly, like if you were to go forward with it, I don't even know what you're gonna do. Do it. I don't care. I'm cool
Right.
with whatever, honestly, as long as I watch it and enjoy it. And if it's not for everyone, it's not. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like I even
Right.
started to rewatch it and enjoyed the first episode so much more the second time around when I
Mhm.
actually knew like so many
sorry, guys.
nuances
Camera's
of
being
the
dumb
show.
right now.
No, you're
It's
good.
okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I'm probably gonna get going in a few
okay.
minutes. Yeah, sorry to cut everything short.
It's okay.
I will say,
No, thanks for having
Alien,
me,
yeah,
man. It was great.
thank you.
It
Yeah,
was great to have you.
appreciate it anytime. Yeah, closing thoughts though, not to not be awkward. You weren't here, Luke, but I did say earlier that I'm gonna watch Alien with a buddy later this week for the first time. I've wanted to see it for a while because I want to get more into horror, and I'm trying to get more into like I want to try to get in the series if I can. I want to play Alien Isolation. Just I
Yeah,
want
I
to.
heard the Alien Isolation part. That is a great game. I was thinking about
Mm,
playing it again.
nice.
Well, I haven't actually beat it. I played like the first half maybe. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice. That's good to know. But cool. All right. Yeah. So as I said before, I'm gonna be hopefully this week or next week on YouTube. I'll be doing a My Hero video talking about season 6. So if you want to like listen
Nice.
to that, like how like anime can be inspiring for people,
Oh, for
subscribe
sure.
to the channel. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see y'all later and
Yeah,
have a
nice
night.
seeing you.
Yo,
You
how
too.
far are you in Bonanza?
I 100%ed it.
Oh, there you go.
That was months ago, my dude. I 100%
Oh, really?
that. Like
Oh, right.
August.
You're on Galaxy. That's right.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Oh, there's Joe. But yeah, no,
It's okay.
no, like I'm like one of the Galaxy 2 is like one of my favorite Mario games, and I'm almost done with it already. I'm on World 6.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good.
You'll cruise right through, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right.
All
Time to
right,
be
thanks
like
for coming on. See you later.
anytime.
Take it easy.
Yeah, but back to the like prequel thing is like I said earlier, is like it's really just like a personal problem to me in my brain. Very nitpicky, not actually a critique in the show. And I think it's just Alien Earth is made in the time where we have so much better like technology now. So I think for me, knowing that it's set 2 years before the first movie, which was made way earlier in time, I think it just kind of threw me off a bit. Like I
That's
had a
fine.
hard time immersing myself with the world for the first 3 episodes, I feel like.
Yeah. I just, as much as I feel the Peter Pan symbolism is like very on the nose,
Yeah.
I still enjoy it
Mm-hmm.
quite a bit. Especially at the end of the show when it actually turns and it's
Right. I
like,
like, yeah.
yeah, and Wendy's like, well, Peter didn't like it when Wendy finally started to grow up. That's
Mm-hmm.
when he got mad at them. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
it's not even how like on the nose it really is that like, and I understand how that could bother people, but I don't know. I love the writing of Peter Pan, and I like that something did something with it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like brought it to its darker side and everything, and like
Right. Because Peter Pan
you,
is not it's not a good story. Happy, I mean, in a
right,
way.
and none of those old like fairy
Grim.
tale type
Yeah.
like things really are. It's
Mm-hmm.
like Disney made them that way. But
Mm-hmm.
and I just like the like writing of the show, even though like as much as it feels like it can be a bit too obvious, like at the same time I feel they write it well. Like Sigourney Weaver came out and said, "I can't believe like this is a show. This is like
Mm-hmm.
the quality of a movie." And that I will say too, because as someone who just went through the entire franchise, um, like there's a lot of really bad Alien movies. You know what I
I
mean?
think
Like
it's funny
Alien.
that Sigourney Weaver is in Star Wars now.
Who is she in? Oh, is she in a show or something? Who is she?
She's in Mando and Grogu.
I don't even remember.
She'll be in
Oh
the
wait, is
movie.
she that
She'll
lady
be in
that
Oh,
helped
she's
Mando.
gonna be in
fix
the
the
movie.
ship?
Okay, that's funny.
Mhm.
But
She shows up in the trailer. I was like, oh, that's funny.
Oh.
like Alien and Aliens, easily the best ones. Like you have a huge fall off after that. Alien 3 is just not as good. Like Alien Resurrection is like, what is this? Alien vs Predator. Alien vs Predator 2. You know what I mean? Like you have and people you could even argue like Retro is saying like he doesn't like Romulus. I've heard a good amount of people that don't like Romulus. I like Romulus personally. There's parts of it I get why people don't like it and things, but
Mhm.
there's a lot of
I
it that
think
I do
Yeah.
like.
I think for me though, what I really love about like what you said about what you like about the B horror movies, like the anxiety it builds up. I think after the first 2 Alien movies, and so far I have not seen it in Alien Earth yet, and again maybe it might come back for season 2. That's why I don't want to judge the show too harshly because it's just season 1. Um, I feel like the xenomorph itself has lost its original meaning and what it represents that it used to be. I'm gonna tread lightly because it's YouTube, and I don't want to get the live streaming in trouble. But like the xenomorphs are like meant to represent being like assaulted and taken over. That's what made it so scary, especially in that time, especially with how the cast was only 2 girls, and then the how many were the men? Like it's very it's representation of being uncomfortable and being in a situation where you don't want to be in. I'm trying to, I hope this makes sense because I'm being very vague with it, and especially just the way that xenomorphs look. There's a reason why they look like that. And so far, I think that's just what I personally miss from the Alien franchise. I think especially now we need more stories to be told like that, especially in horror as well, because it is a really real life scary thing that can happen, not just with aliens from outer space. So
Right.
that's just
No,
like me thing, but yeah.
you make some good points because I feel the show has lost its sense of horror.
Mm-hmm.
And it does more lore building, like when it comes to like
Right.
the androids, which I love. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, it's definitely it doesn't feel nearly as much like a horror show.
Mm-hmm.
The xenomorphs aren't as much of a villain even.
No.
They almost are half of an ally in this when Wendy can start learning the language to talk to
To
them.
talk. Yeah.
And I can understand people not liking that story at all. I'm just kind of sitting here like I just want to see where it goes
Mm-hmm.
because obviously there's more to tell and it's a prequel. So it's going to tell
Right.
how these things like how we get to the first movie essentially.
Right, and my thing about the whole Wendy being able to talk about xenomorphs, I totally see why people would hate that as well.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'm not against it because I said earlier that I just unfortunately don't find anything interesting about Wendy. And so far, her being able to speak to the xenomorphs, that may lead to something more interesting. And I just think again, I like at first I just did not care for the subplot with her and her brother. I just think everything else that's going on is far more interesting, like with the cyborg and Arush, and even what's his name, the one android with the white hair, and also the boy genius, the prodigy. I think those characters are so interesting and how they work, and obviously again, it's the whole like the reason why they use the Peter Pan symbolism is children's minds going into adult robot bodies and like how
Right.
is that ethical,
But then
and
at
they're
the same time
exposing
he's obsessed with it and it's like, yeah, so it's like and she
yeah,
names
so
herself Wendy. Like there's a few things about it that are like
like
but
okay, her name is Wendy, she's the main character, we get that,
yeah, but like if she had been given the name Wendy because he loves Peter Pan, it would make more sense. But she's the one that's like she looks like a Wendy out of like
right, I'm like
nowhere, and it's all right, like
and then there's like, well, not only is she Wendy, but she's also Jane a little bit. Jane the daughter. And I'm like, okay, like
no, Marcy.
oh no, sorry.
Yeah, Jane's the other one.
Jane's the Nibs? Or which one is Jane?
Jane's the one that's like I'm the favorite. I thought I was the
Oh,
favorite.
Curly. Oh yeah, Curly.
Yeah, she like
Curly's Jane.
disappears for like a few episodes, and then all of a
I
sudden comes back at the end of the show.
I know. I really liked her conversation, and it shows the manipulation of the prodigy
Right. And
being
I thought
like,
that was
"Yeah,
going to
you
kind
are
of
my
go somewhere,
favorite."
and that didn't go anywhere. But then
No,
she brings
literally.
it up at the end, and he's like, "Oh, did I say that?" So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of liked that in a way because that's realistic of
Mm-hmm.
like him and his character. Like that's kind of well done, and they didn't forget about it completely.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe, because you haven't seen the full show, but
I
I
don't
actually
care. I'm listening. I don't care. I let you
sure.
guys do your thing. The jury's out for me. I'll listen to what you guys have to say, and I might say, "Oh, that sounds interesting," or I might just be like, "Eh, whatever." It's
Well, the
it's just
Alien doesn't.
not for me.
Alien does not end for me with Alien Earth. I'm gonna still keep going on my
I'm
Alien
still an Alien
grind.
fan. Alien Earth just is not a part of the history that I'm interested in. So I think the best way to look at it is like I view Alien Earth very much in the sense of like in Star Wars there's multiple timelines, and if I had access to the world between worlds, I could involve myself in different parts of that franchise, and I don't have to really follow the other thing. Like this is that other thing where it's like, okay, it's a prequel. That the Alien movies do a good enough job of explaining the story that I can just watch the movies and play the games and get by on that. And I think I'll be fine.
No, you'll be fine. I like some of the
Yeah.
additions to Alien Earth, like the eyeball alien,
Oh yeah, I
and
like that
yeah,
too.
sheep.
Like there are good
Like
things in it. Like I'm not
Oh,
it's
I
not the
love the
worst
sheep
thing I've
thing.
seen. There are some good things. I don't know. The story just loses me, so it just
For me, it's really just like everything is so like again. I think my only really big problem with the show is just Wendy as the main character, or Marcy, or whoever she wants to be. But
I like that.
everything else,
She's a
but
good anchor, to be honest. Like, because
yeah,
everything
she.
around, like you're saying, everything around her, like you find more interesting.
Mhm.
Like, she kind of becomes that central point of like where you can relate, almost in a way.
Right.
You know, where
Right.
it's
Yeah.
like everybody else is like kind of like erratic or has
They have
a
their own
agenda.
issues.
Exactly, where it's like you
Mhm.
almost stand where Wendy stands, where it's like, who am I? You know what I
Right.
mean? In all of this, you know what I mean? Like that's where
Mhm.
you would stand, and like I just like the whole idea behind putting human minds in synthetic bodies because I feel this is something that is eventually going to happen. Like, there's no
Yeah.
way that they aren't going to try all this stuff. You know,
Mhm.
like I've already heard crazy stuff up in NASA of like putting like working through other people's consciousnesses and like someone else is in a room and
Yeah. Crazy
they got
technology
yeah,
updates.
like really, really out there stuff. You know, and it's like there's no way they don't try all
Mm.
this, and it's all the
Yeah.
robots coming and everything else, and I just like the ideas that Alien presents in pretty
Mhm.
much every entry. Even if that entry isn't that good, I would say pretty much the only like the Alien versus Predator movies and Resurrection. They probably don't really present any good ideas. They just like are horror movies or like B movies. But I feel like every other entry in Alien has something to say about the ideas of what they want to say about the future of
Right.
society, essentially. And that's what I really enjoy about them. That's what draws me to them. Um, and I was gonna say I'm not done with the Alien franchise. Like I'm gonna keep going with it. Alien Earth is gonna keep going, obviously, and I feel
Yeah, I'm
I'm
willing to watch season 2 still, since like again, it did by episode 5, it did actually grab me a bit.
yeah.
So
I think it
I'm.
gets better as it goes for sure.
I will say
It takes
my
a little
favorite
while to
moment.
get going, but I even like the
Oh yeah,
slow stuff.
I think sometimes slow stuff is good. I don't know. It depends on the person, right? It just depends on who's watching it.
Sure.
Because there's some things where I do like things where it's slow, but sometimes there's just things where I'm like,
Yeah.
it could be faster. But
Right.
I did, however, like the scene where it's Wendy, Nibs, and her brother. They're on the boat and they're trying to escape, and the brother shoots at Nibs for attacking another. What's her name? Like what's the like a soldier, some
Right.
guard. And I really like that conflict where it's like Wendy's mad at her brother for shooting her friend, but also her friend was like going crazy on a killing spree almost. And like
Right.
the brother had no other choice but to do it. I really like that. I do think that's also another thing that they could have explored more a little bit. They kind of breezed past it quickly.
Oh yeah. No, there's a few things that I feel they could, and I hope that season two gets more into that.
Mhm.
With Comic Book Corner, one of the things I want to do is like make my way through the Alien comic books.
Oh yeah.
That would be
Like kind of like
cool.
a comic reading list, and there's multiple omnibuses, and I just want to make my way through. It'll be cool, and get ready
That's pretty
for
cool.
season two. Really know my lore on the entire franchise, and then probably step away. um, who knows? I love it.
Take a
So
break from it for a
yeah,
bit.
I've been wanting to get back into Lord of the Rings, and like I just keep getting pulled back to Alien. So it's funny.
Well, you have time to get back into Lord of the Rings because they're gonna start shooting that Hunt for Gollum movie. There'll be more time for you to get back
Yeah, I mean,
into
I
it.
started playing Tales of the Shire. And that's all
Yeah,
right.
how is that? Is
Well,
that good? I
nice.
remember I asked you before a while ago, but like, has it
Uh,
gotten any better?
it's cool and I enjoy it, but like I got through Act One, and Act One has like do this, do that, do this, do that. I'm like, okay, and it's got flow and it's fun, and you're like gardening and you're having a party and you're inviting other hobbits over and building relationships. It's teaching you how to play. You're decorating your hobbit hole, and then you get to Act Two, and it's like, all right, now just build up your relationship with the town this much, and it's like, all right, so like you don't really have tasks as much anymore. It's like
Nice.
long, long, long tasks maybe, and that kind of made me not want to keep going as much. I liked the idea of like the short tasks all the time and the rewards from it. I feel like it kind of became a little bit more bland once you took that away, because then you're like, okay, there really isn't that much to do. You're I don't know. It's all right. That's why people didn't review it all that well, though, and I can see.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think it can still be fun and enjoyable, but there's just not much depth to it, unfortunately. And like a lot of these farming games and stuff they have nowadays, Stardew Valley even way more involved, way more to do, like much more fun, I believe, than this. But if you're a good enough Lord of the Rings fan and you want that, you can get that out of it. And it makes it even watching the Lord of the Rings movies again, like, yeah, you picture the Shire a little bit differently, having all the experiences in your head of playing Tales from the Shire. So, like, having your pantry, your walk-in pantry full of food that you could have, it's like you get an idea of how much food hobbits may have really had in their hobbit hole compared to watching the movie, I guess. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's go off on that for a little bit.
Chris, I didn't know that there was a thing in Aliens versus Avengers.
Oh yeah, I still haven't read that, but I should. I should have read that for this episode. I could have talked about it. That would have been good.
I didn't know that was a thing.
One thing I can That's one thing I can contribute on. I have read those comics.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think?
I think they're great because it's a very bizarre, strange crossover, but it really fits. Like the way they tie it in is actually kind of interesting. Like I was kind of surprised, and there's characters in there that you wouldn't expect. Like when you think of an alien crossover, there's things like you think of Marvel characters like what? These characters are fighting xenomorphs. That's kind of crazy.
Maybe that should have been Marvel Zombies. We should have gotten that.
That would have been a better concept.
I
am
Oh my
working
God.
I am working on a video that I've been thinking about for a long time. That I think the whole problem with the whole Blade concept stuff is I think that you can sell right now vampires are a more interesting concept than zombies right now. And I was really
I think so.
I was working on a video about it because I was literally just doing scripting for it. It was like, that actually makes a lot more sense. I don't know why we couldn't get more good vampire stuff because vampires are much more interesting than zombies. And I think zombies right now, as much as people like things like The Walking Dead, I think zombies are a concept that's kind of dying. It's kind of losing its volume because everyone keeps saying, "Oh, you have zombies. Oh, you have zombies here. You have zombies here. Marvel zombies here. Oh, zombie this. A billion Walking Dead spinoffs."
I agree. The thing with the zombies, they're cool monsters to fight for sure, but comparing them to like things like vampires, it's again that was the thing that I had a critique about the Marvel zombie shows, is that if you have zombies have to follow very specific rules, especially with superheroes becoming zombies. I'm like, okay, then how competent are they? Are they just brainless zombies and they just use their powers willy-nilly, or do they actually still have some thinking where they can exact a plan to use their skills or powers? While with vampires, they also have a set of rules, but every century those rules change. They either get rid of or they get altered a bit. Like the whole, as much as I liked Nosferatu, what I really liked about Sinners is that they brought back the vampire rule of like you have to invite them into your home first before they come in.
Yep.
And that has been a rule that hasn't been followed for a very long time. Obviously, we still have the whole death in the sunlight, drinking blood, vampire fangs, sleep in the coffin, etc., etc. But like, vampires are very versatile creatures that you can do. You can either have them very, very monstrous, or you can have the sexy Twilight version, or maybe a mix,
or both,
mixture in the middle, like an Interview with a Vampire. I'm excited
for
season 3.
That's where I think that like True Blood was so popular. It was so popular, and then
this is exactly why I don't understand why you couldn't just give the Blade movie to freaking Ryan Coogler and just let him cook up some freaking beautifulness. Like, come on, man! I want to see Blade so bad.
Maybe he didn't want to do it. I don't know.
Out of every single Marvel concept that there is right now, as a concept, when it's the X-Men, the street level heroes, the whole multiverse googly glob, just give me Blade tearing up vampires. That's all I want right now. Just especially now we're in the Halloween season, all I keep thinking about is simple concept Blade tearing up the vampire queen, whatever vampire minions they have. Like, it just
I just don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah.
No, because they're gonna find some way to tie it into whatever googly glob they want to come up with.
Yeah, but I just love vampires personally. They're my favorite. I'm a vampire
Vampires
girl.
are great.
Vampires
I'm
are
actually
cool. I
working
mean,
on a
zombies
There's
are cool
a
too.
very popular vampire game coming out this month. Vampire
Oh, there's a
Masquerade
big one?
Bloodlines 2, I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah, people have been
Yeah, I
waiting
was
for it
kind of
for a
going on a
minute.
vampire moment because I was doing some research and I'm working on a big return to my Star Wars fan fiction videos. Because even though Star Wars right now has not been what it was, I stumbled across something about an original concept of Count Dooku was originally in Star Wars meant to be a vampire.
Interesting.
I thought that was
You know what?
interesting.
Actually, I
Oh,
would
that
love to
is
have
cool.
as. You know what I would love to have as like a show. And maybe we could get some Star Wars Visions people on it. I would love an animation adaptation of Death Troopers. I think that would have been a
That'd
cool
be
thing
cool.
to see.
I'd love to see
Again,
that.
zombie things aren't inherently bad or cheap. You just have to do them in a very particular way. Like
Yeah.
have creative
And you
freedom
gotta
to do
make
whatever you
rules that
want with
make
them.
sense.
Right, like do
Yeah.
whatever you want with them, but also have some sort of like boundary or ground, some like things you can go back to for it to make sense. Because zombies, I think, are great, and there's
Yeah,
like many good
we'll do
zombie
that
things.
next, Chris.
Not just The Walking Dead, but like I think what's that? The Train to Busan, that one.
Oh,
I think.
oh yeah.
Oh my god, what is that? Did you see that? um. Like zombies again, I think that they can be cool, but they're definitely just like not as popular as vampires. But I think people are kind of uninterested in the undead like that. I think
Well,
for a
see, I
bit.
think the thing about vampires that's interesting is that there's lore that goes with it that like vampires there's the undead feeling and immortality in a sense, but vampires are competent. Like you see, even though people joke about Twilight, those
Mm-hmm.
those fuckers are fast, man, and they're like running around and like doing crazy like tricks. Like I was blown away. A movie that nobody talks about very much, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily a great movie, but the thing that blew me away was this movie with our boy Nicholas Hoult and Nick Cage called Renfield. Because the thing, and it's mostly played for comedy, but the thing that blew me away with this concept of vampires was the idea of like a vampire being able to have heightened senses and know like where like there was vampires in the movie where the concept had martial artists and like or martial arts skills, and one of the vampires like knew how to pinpoint and target each of the vital organs of a person to know how to like defeat them. And I was like, that's awesome. Like just like because if you're a vampire, you have those heightened senses and just like I think that's cool. I just think that that's super. It works for me. That
Right.
idea. It's just a
I will
concept
say.
that it's super interesting.
Right. I will say one more thing related to zombies before I think we want to talk about Peacemaker, obviously, of course. But
Yeah.
I already said this in the Discord, but for people who aren't or haven't read it yet, I saw a thing. There's no real evidence yet, but the new mystery game mode that's coming soon with all the Halloween updates for Marvel Rivals, I heard that there might be a zombie PvE mode that might be it, kind of like Call of Duty zombies, but with Marvel. Or maybe you're in a team with your whoever you play as, and you have to fight a horde of zombies. I don't know. Or maybe you are the zombies. There's not much
That'd
said
be
about
cool.
that, but I think that would be interesting to play. I also heard that there's some other mode or something that they're gonna add where you can have a voice changer to either a symbiote-like voice, a feminine voice, or a masculine voice. Those are the three options. But I don't know what that could be applied to or a use in the game yet. But apparently there's audio files that have been leaked that everybody saw. But yeah, that's just my little
That
bit of
sounds
news.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's cool. There's some cool Rivals things. So I want to touch on two of these comments before we jump into this from Chris. So first one is, why does Luke look like a Bond villain and ready to kill a 007 Tom Holland character? So I thought that was funny that we've just been taking the piss out of Luke this entire stream. And then the other thing is, so Chris mentions, as you guys know, this weekend is New York Comic Con. So I think next week we should do our entire show on what we learned from New York Comic Con this next weekend. So, because I think that's going to be next weekend. I've already heard we're going to get stuff like the Wonder Man trailer. I'm sure we'll get some other big news. So I think New York Comic Con is going to be a pretty big thing that happens this coming week. So that's something Chris wanted us to talk about. But with that being said, I think, judging by our screen, I think there's a little show that we got to talk
Do
about.
you read about it? Do you read about it?
Oh, Julian.
Oh,
Hungry world.
God, I can't believe this is the finale, man. It's like, this went too
I know,
fast.
I can't believe it's over. I'm sad, but also excited. I'm sad that there's nothing gonna be anything new for Thursdays, you know.
It's funny.
I'm
I haven't
still
even thought about being sad about it. Like, is it? Do you think it's really going to be the end of the show?
Should we give our overview? Should we give our overview of episode 7 first, and then jump into the finale? Since we all weren't in the same stream when we watched the episode. Because
sure.
you guys didn't come to my watch party when episode 7 aired. Yeah, and I think Luke was busy streaming still, so I forgot.
Yeah, I believe I was streaming that night.
Episode 7. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what even happened so much. Oh yeah,
I remember everything.
I know, I remember everything now. I just got to think about it. I really just loved how it was done with the whole how they continued after the Earth 2 twist reveal that we all kind of knew that was coming. Yep. I think with I did see a good take about the whole the blue dragon, and I just want to say, as much as it was, here's the thing: I'm not sad about spoilers, by the way. I'm not sad about his death. I feel more sympathy for Chris because Chris is the one who, like, that's his dad, so obviously he's gonna feel emotion about it. But just because this was the more good version of his father, even though he wasn't exactly a part of the Nazi Argus regime, he still was kind of an antagonist, or he didn't really do. I saw an interesting take where, like, yes, he's better in this reality, but he also didn't try, at least that we've seen, he didn't try to really fight back the system, you know, like he didn't try, didn't try to be like with the Sons of Liberty, you know, with like Vigilante or whatever. So the thing about what makes it interesting about this version of his dad is that he's not as hardcore as the original version of Augie, but he's more, I guess I would say, centrist in a sense, where he doesn't exactly agree with what's going on, but he also doesn't even try to really go against it either, because what's working out for him is currently working out for him, and he's not willing to risk that for his family and his nice house.
I think it's very clear. Oh, go ahead, Kenna.
Oh, I loved Judo Master in and Adebayo's team up with this episode. I really liked how they did that. I also just really loved just like everybody's relationship, and I know that everybody was kind of pissed at what Vigilante and Vigilante 2 did in the episode, but I think it makes perfect sense. And
no, I thought everybody was going to be mad at him, and then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, it's Vigilante though, like.
Right, yeah. And, you know, in the end, like, it makes sense that why he did that. And even, again, like, I don't feel any annoyance. I mean, obviously, he wasn't done talking, but with his whole speech, you know, but he was interrupted. But, again, at the end of the day, it's like, well, is this version of Chris's dad really a better guy than he was? Like, you know, it's still complicated. So I don't feel sad about his death. I just kind of obviously feel more sympathy for Chris for seeing his dad twice again, and then his other version of his brother who's alive now hating him and most likely will go after him. He will find a way to go for revenge. And I also
talk about that for the finale segment.
Yeah, and I really loved how Chris just like gave up. In a sense, that line where he said, "Death like follows me everywhere. It's not the earth. It's not everybody. It's just me. I'm the problem," etc. And he turns himself into Rick Flag but also he still has the heart and the good enough in him where he's like, he didn't sell out Amelia Harcourt or Economist or the rest of them. He just goes, "It was just me. Take me." And Judo Master helps and being like, yeah, what he's saying is true of how it actually went down, when we obviously know that's not exactly how it went down. I just think it's
think that's
I just think it's like what I love about Peacemaker compared to like a character like Deadpool is that the first season in the Suicide Squad movie, Peacemaker, he's a jerk, he's goofy, like you don't take him seriously first time. But what I love about the writing in near the end of season 1, or even the beginning of season 1 and then season 2, is like he's such an interesting take on a person who wants to be a hero, because he's like, on paper sounds like the worst dude ever, but then you just see what he goes through and how he reacts and tries to better himself while also being like crazy strong, and like obviously that's the reason why he became Peacemaker in the first place. It's just like very realistic, and it's just interesting, and it's not boring, while Deadpool is very like, okay, you're there too, I guess. Like there's nothing.
But that's what Deadpool is.
Right, that is Deadpool. I understand that it's kind of hard to compare these two characters, but
right.
But you can
the thing
compare
about
them,
Deadpool,
and I think one thing that's
I wanted to say one more thing, but the thing about Deadpool is that I think Deadpool, if given maybe a better story, we could have gotten something similar with him, like Peacemaker. I obviously don't want the same thing, but maybe just something a little similar where like Deadpool
he has more depth.
Yeah, like he kind of had that with like his
I
girlfriend.
kind of like that he doesn't though, like, because for me, like, I don't know, that's just who Deadpool is. He's just
right.
like,
I get that.
yeah, he's a character without depth.
Yeah.
He's a character that breaks the fourth wall and is silly,
depends.
and it's like,
well, I wouldn't. Again, I
sometimes he does
some.
Sometimes.
I don't want it to be the exact same as Peacemaker. Like I don't need Deadpool's loved ones dying around him all the time. More, but just like maybe have him go through some sort of hardship once, and then obviously don't change his entire character personality, but like it would be an interesting take, to have Deadpool do something. I don't know.
I feel like they're like, even in the comics, there's sad moments every once in a while with Deadpool.
Right.
Like with even the first movie, in the very beginning scene after his girlfriend dies and he runs after the guy who shoots him, right? And like, doesn't he like hug him or something?
Yeah.
I don't remember. And it's like an emotional scene, and then he like throws him into a truck after that or something.
I think like, I don't know. I guess my thing with like the Deadpool thing is that I do agree with what you're saying, and I'm not trying to make it seem like Deadpool has nothing at all, but I don't know, like I just feel like Deadpool. I don't know. I guess I'm just not. I think it's just with the whole Deadpool and Wolverine story that happened with the movie, where it was supposed to be very emotional. I think that's what they were going for a little bit between the two of them, Wolverine and Deadpool, a little bit. I just feel like it didn't. I feel like it didn't hit the mark with that specific movie.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I feel like the first one, if anything, is the one that has the most actual
right.
character development.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's accurate. Yeah, I just feel like what Ken has been saying is really good. I just want to say in general that like when you think of the character arc, when you look at Chris's character, and a lot of this credit goes to James Gunn, but also to John Cena. If you notice, even though his personality, even though he still is Peacemaker, I've noticed that Chris this season has been way less jokey. And he does get his licks in and out, like he still makes fun of people and still does some things, but they put him on this journey to heroism, and I think it's been brilliant. And I've given credit to John Cena in every episode he's been in this season, but I'll be honest, when I saw the scene in episode 7 when he was stopping everyone from killing Keith, and you watch him go through all the people he has lost, I've seen a lot of other things that John Cena has done before Peacemaker. This has to be his career best performance that he has ever done. Because
everybody's saying that.
Yeah, because when you look at it, like even just looking at it unobjectively from everything, it's just crazy seeing how and everyone in this show is giving their all, and that's awesome. But like you really see it with Chris, and you really can see that John Cena poured his heart and soul into this character. And I was telling Ken, what I love about this finale is, or not this finale, what I love about this episode is the end of this episode. We set up the finale, but we don't immediately know where we're going, because okay, we left the other world. Keith is still alive. Peacemaker goes to prison, but that doesn't exactly spell out the storyline for the finale for us. And I love that. I love that we're
It's still
entering
keeping us. It's still keeping us in the dark a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, what is it? How are we gonna? The ending is gonna give us that next little bit of what the DCU is gonna do, like the Justice Gang thing. Like, is Chris gonna be a part of the Justice Gang, or what's going? You know what I mean? Like, could it be that this was the season on the down note of Chris having to go through hardship and become the hero? That now maybe we get Justice Gang season 1 after this, and he's a part of the team now, and now you have the happy side of Peacemaker.
I mean, I think they're going to pay off the moment that they played for jokes in episode 1. I've said this is my theory since episode 1. I think they purposely did so that he would go to the other world. I think they purposely made the Justice Gang think Peacemaker was a joke in the beginning of the season, because in the finale, I think you're going to get that scene similar to what we got in the end of season 1, where you get that montage in the finale of all our 11th Street kids kicking ass together, right? Set to some badass music. But the change of this is, I think they're going to go a little Lord of the Rings with it, where I think the 11th Street kids are going to be, the fight we're fighting is so big that the 11th Street kids are, Peacemaker's still in prison, he's outgunned, everything's going on, whatever's going on, right? And then Peacemaker shows up, but he's with the Justice Gang. And the Justice Gang are here, and one of the big surprises, even though James Gunn liked to say after the big Lex Luthor cameo that, oh yeah, David Cornslet, he couldn't make it. He was mad he couldn't get into Peacemaker. I'm like, I don't buy it. I'm sorry. I don't buy that we're not going to see Superman in this finale. I just don't. I don't buy it. And so I really do think the thing that's going to make Chris's arc go full circle is, I think Chris is going to get approval as a hero from, all the Justice Gang has been assholes to him, but I think one moment with Superman and it's all fixed. He's going to show up and those two are going to talk. And I told Ken this, Chris is going to come to, after this season of Peacemaker, Chris isn't going to kill any more humans. When we fight whatever Keith brings, if he comes with a vengeance and he comes to kill Chris, it will be hardcore or vigilante that take him down, because Chris can't do it. He can't. It's not in him.
I think it will be very. I think what would be interesting to do for Peacemaker is that after so many traumatizing things happening to him, have him kind of have a no-kill rule for a bit, or have him retire. But I don't see that being the end of it. I think he will kill again eventually. Kill a bad guy, obviously, not innocent.
Well, he'll kill really, really bad people. Will take a while. Something bad will happen to him to kind of push that narrative, and then what I think what could happen is, I think that if you think about it, we don't have a Batman yet. They're building out this world. I really like the idea of, since Peacemaker existed from the other version of the DC universe and is now interested in
Peacemaker becomes Batman.
I mean, that'd be crazy, right?
I'm just kidding.
No,
that would make no sense at all.
You know what?
I like the idea of this. I like this idea of.
Oh, I was gonna say, you know what? Since Michael Rooker plays multiple characters already in DC, why not just have John Cena play Peacemaker and Bruce Wayne Batman?
That'd be
just
crazy.
Dye his hair a little bit. It's the same dude.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I think, all jokes aside, I really like the idea of Peacemaker going full Captain America and writing and kind of really getting that triumph like really finding out who he is. Because this entire season, when you watch season 1 with Argus being Argus and not Task Force X anymore, you watch in season 2, Peacemaker, even from his conversation with Adebayo, he wants to be a superhero. He wants to have a jetpack. He wants to go and do the right thing and do all these other things. And just, I would not be surprised if by this approach, and maybe not everyone's going to be down with it, but I think a majority of people will be down with it. If you look at this new universe, yes, we have a Green Lantern. Yes, we have a Justice Gang and all this, but there is no Justice League yet. There is no definitive team of heroes other than the Justice Gang as their own little corporate entity. And so what I really love the idea of is, I think when you really look at it, Peacemaker and Superman are the first proper heroes of this new universe. And so when you start up, and you can debate, he's a murderer, he did whatever, but in the end,
I don't know that that's true at all, though, Joe. Just because, it's just because these are the characters we are witnessing.
Well, that's what I'm
You know
saying.
what I mean?
I'm saying,
Like,
of the
look at
characters,
Guy Gardner.
when you look at the storylines and you look at what's being set up, it seems that is the way that things are going. Because these other characters, the way the story is panning out, we don't know when we see Batman yet. We don't know when we see Wonder Woman yet. We don't know. The Justice Gang is a corporate gimmick right now. They are not a superhero team. They are a gimmick. They are people. Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a minute, Chris. Because when we build up, then yes, you could totally get.
But these people have been
like
around,
Libido
is
or
my
other
whole
characters.
point. You know what I
There-
mean?
there's
Like, even
other
Superman's been around for 3 years. There's been other heroes that have been hanging out.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about characters. I'm talking about characters that are established right now to the audience, that are heroes and are playing a massive role in this universe. That's what I mean. So
Okay.
whatever cameos we get or other characters we see in any capacity, they are heroes and they are being utilized in different ways, but we're not seeing their potential right away. We're here, when you look at the DCU at the start, we've already heard rumors about Peacemaker being in Man of Tomorrow, which is the next Superman, sort of not Superman film as they call it. I believe that this is the start of a new age of heroes. That it's going to take us a while, like we talked about, Luke. It's going to take us a while to get to Justice League. And before we get to Justice League, we're going to have other heroes come in and out, and other people will change their stripes, and they'll be different. We're going to get different varieties, different types of heroes. But I think what would be a really brilliant team, because remember in Superman, we learned that Clark isn't even he hangs out with the Justice Gang. He is not a member of the Justice Gang. They hang out, they fight crime together. He's not on that team. So what would be really cool for Superman at this stage is to mentor someone. And David Cornswell, I think that would be really cool for him as an actor. He mentioned mentoring people wanting to mentor Robin. But when you look at this version of Superman, the reason I fight so hard against all these Snyder trolls and all these idiots on the internet hating on the Superman film, and not just the hating on the Superman film, but hating on the portrayal of Superman, saying that they know Tyrone Magnus, all these people saying that they know Superman, right? Because we talk about, they know that version of Superman. But this Superman is such a virtuous and symbol of hope type of Superman that I've dreamed about since I was a kid. And to see that Superman be utilized, to see him be that ray of sunshine, that ray of hope that we need, and to see that conveyed into taking a dark character like James Gunn spoke about, even though Peacemaker has a comedy, it's a dark show. Bring a character in like Superman into Peacemaker, you change the narrative. You change things. You have Peacemaker go from, in season 1, he already was when killing butterflies, he already was telling Hardcore, it's not the dove of peace that I want to, that means I just don't want to kill anymore. He was already headed in that direction. He was already kind of I don't want to do this. I'm not down killing people. We saw it happen the first time we encountered the butterflies in the house. Vigilante had to get on the sniper rifle because Peacemaker wouldn't do it. So they've been building this. This is character arc growth. This is building. He already didn't want to kill people, and now season 2, he's gone through even more trauma. He does not want to kill his brother again, no matter if his brother is a evil villain from another reality. he still will not kill him. It won't happen. And obviously Rick Flag Sr. is already confirmed to be around for a long time, so he's not killing Rick Flag Sr. So, and they still got plans for Judo Master, so he's not killing Judo Master no matter how much he hates him. So when you look at it, Chris will not kill anyone in this finale. I guarantee it, because he's not that person anymore. This is what you do when you go through a character. And I know these shows are very different, but I compare this very much to the journey that, and I think this will be better done than this show. But this reminds me very much of what they did with Stephen Amell's Oliver Queen and Arrow, where they literally took him on, I'm a murderer, to my best friend has died, I'm not going to kill people, to, okay,
Daredevil.
I'm pissed off again, I might kill people again. And then, okay, well, yeah, I'm going to be a dad now. Now I'm not going to kill people again. And I'm really making my peace with that. I'm good with that. I'm keeping my no-kill rule.
The newest season of Daredevil kind of does that too.
Yeah.
Yes, Daredevil was another example. But I think this will be more consistent. I think if Chris has a no-kill rule, it will stick for a while. It will happen. He will kill again eventually. But it needs to be the right circumstances, and it needs to be like Hardcore's in danger or something. Someone that he really cares about has to be, their life has to be on the line in order for him to do it. Yeah, that would be cool, Chris. Like, that's what I just think. I think that's where we're headed. I think that's why I don't believe James Gunn's comments about David Cornsweet, because that picture came out of him hanging out with Peacemaker, and I don't know, man. I really have a firm belief that we're going to see Superman and Peacemaker meet in this finale. And I think Peacemaker and Superman are going to kind of bro it up a little bit. Maybe Superman likes that Peacemaker's got an ego. Maybe he's like, you're such a good guy. You know what? I don't know why you were on this path, but, I can help you.
You're not so bad for a guy with a poop fetish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so bad for a guy with a poop fetish. Exactly. Like, we can get some really cool stuff. Like, I think that...
Or like they're having a good time, and then he gets all quiet afterwards, and he's like, so, the whole, like, poop fetish thing true?
Yeah, gosh, that's gonna be
Or
crazy.
I see him being like, I'm sorry that I spread that rumor about you. Sorry I made that tweet about you, like the angry monkeys.
Yeah, I love that, Chris, what you're saying, because I was going to get to that next. I love Chris's idea of, if you watch the trailer for this finale, we're going to explore multiple realities. And just like I mentioned David Cornsweet of one thing, I love the idea of the crime syndicate in the last minutes of Peacemaker with Ultraman and his gang, because, well, I do think we'll see Superman. After I saw the picture of those dots on David Cornsweet's face, I do still think, and I do have evidence, and I'm working on a video about it for tomorrow, I do think we are going to get Ultraman in this finale. Like, if we don't get Superman, we're definitely getting Ultraman. Like, that's for sure. Like, I did a checkmark list of characters, of what characters are going to be in this finale, and I checked them off. Ultraman is on that list. And I already found proof of it. And I think I told Kenna about it. Right when they were doing the digital release of Superman, they released a newer trailer of Peacemaker, and they kept showing the black hole scene of Ultraman getting sucked out into the dimension. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying something's happening. But also another thing I wanted to bring up that's a very big deal is we found out today, Luke, that Tim Meadows, aka Flurry, is going to be in Mana tomorrow.
Could be Martian Manor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, man, I think we're getting closer. And I also wanted to bring up, since we're talking about Peacemaker, I know people have been talking about the continuity error that people have watched Creature Commandos with Rick Flag Sr., but Frank Grillo did an amazing interview the other day, and I've been meaning to talk to Kenna about it on the phone, but she's been so busy these last couple days. I saw this gem of an interview where, so apparently Frank Grillo is in this other show while he filmed his scenes for Superman and for Peacemaker. And I think this show is called Tusk. And he's on it with, or Tusk King or something. And he's on it with, I think it's, what's his name? I think he's on it with Mel Gibson, and I want to say it's Sylvester Stallone. I forget what streaming service it's on, but he said that because in that show he had to have dark hair, he was not allowed to change his hair, which is why people have been bothering him to no end about his hair not being white
Oh yeah.
But he said at the end of the thing, he said, as long as I'm not fired, when the next time you see me as Rick Flag Sr. out of Peacemaker, I'm gonna have white hair. He said. So I think when they start filming for Man of Tomorrow, because he just got confirmed. Remember, I did that video a while ago about Rick
We
Flag
can just
Sr.
make a joke that he dyed it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
Like,
so,
and then like John Economos just looks at him or something, or
Yeah,
looks at
because he also
somebody in the
dyes
room
his
and he's
hair.
like, oh yeah.
God, dude, John Economos is gonna take the piss out of him forever, and then he just dyes it. He becomes, instead of dyed beard, he becomes dyed hair.
It'd be cool if he like wrote it into the story where like he gets stranded somewhere for a while, and when he comes back, like his hair's white again. And everyone's
yeah.
like, "Oh, what happened
That's
to you? Did you get like 10 years older when you were gone or something?"
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing that no one's brought up, Chris. Jessica Cruz being in the finale would be crazy.
I think like I know everyone is like Blue Beetle, but for some I mean I know that he was just confirmed that he's canon to the DCU, but until I see it, for some reason I just don't think a cameo from Blue Beetle in the finale of Peacemaker would make sense. I just don't see it happening. I think we'll definitely see maybe Guy Gardner again or Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, Ultraman/Superman. That makes sense to me. And even like Huntress or like, I mean, I know that he also just got canon now in the DCU, but like Bloodsport would be cool to see again. But even then, I'm not 100% on board with that. I think most realistically, the people that we are going to see for a big cameo is Ultraman/Superman and the Green Lanterns. I feel like it would be cool. I'm not against Blue Beetle showing up. I'm just like not 100% board on that.
I believe in the Blue Beetle thing because James Gunn himself has been someone that has been like not trying, like he's acting like it's not a big deal. Like he's trying to, which means he's trying to save other big surprises because he basically has confirmed it. Like he basically has literally gone, and to the point that the person that made the Blue Beetle movie and then the actor that played Blue Beetle, they've even all been allowed to talk about it. Like they're all it's kind of lining up.
Yes.
Like
I mean, again,
I'm
not against him showing up. I'm just like so far until I see it, I just don't.
It makes sense too because one of the other projects that they want. It makes sense because one of the other projects that they have to hype up is that they are still doing that animated project to reestablish him, and this would be a great way. And I've even heard rumors. I don't know how true they are, but I'm thinking because they've been planning it for a while, and because Peacemaker is the perfect show for it. I think the reason you bring in a character like Blue Beetle is because Blue Beetle and if they're ready to cast the Booster Gold, I think seeing Booster Gold would be pretty cool too, because they've been building that for a while. So is the Blue Beetle movie canon to the DCU, like semi-canon, like Suicide Squad? Yeah, James Gunn has pretty much stated that it's pretty canon. Like things will be changed, but he's like 100% on like Sholo's my Blue Beetle, and that we're keeping him for the DCU. So I'm sure they're going to establish more canon, but I don't think they'll tell us a ton of stuff. I think it will be as simple as what they'll probably do is because we've seen from the trailers, we're going to open many dimensions. Maybe we go to a reality at some point in this finale where, hey, it's Booster Gold and Blue Beetle hanging out. Like, I don't think he'll have a massive role in the finale, but I think it will be something simple. Like, just kind of showing what I think James Gunn is going to do with this finale is show people that these realities, there's many of them, and so that we can set up the future. So like when we get ready to build something like Crisis, now we know these doors exist. Because this entire season, we focused on the one being Earth X, right? Mm-hmm. But we saw in the early episodes before we went to Earth X that there was other doors. And in the finale trailer, we are clear Argus wants to explore all these doors. So we might, and the other thing I think that we can expect is while we might not see him yet, I think that since this is a prequel to Man of Tomorrow, I think we will get confirmation in this finale that Brainiac is our big bad for Man of Tomorrow. We won't see him, but James Gunn said something recently, right before episode 7 came out, where he said that a fan asked him, "Do you think what will we get for Man of Tomorrow? Will we just get like a tiny tease, or how does this tie into Man of Tomorrow?" And he said, "Oh, you're gonna get more than a tease." So to me, that tells me that you're gonna get something big with Brainiac. And like I said, not showing him, but just enough to kind of move the needle to go, hey, we got Supergirl coming. Brainiac's probably going to properly appear in Supergirl to set up Man of Tomorrow. Because Brainiac has ties to both Superman and Supergirl. So it would make sense. Also, what did Chris say? Elseworld projects should connect to Crisis as well, Joe, for surprises for general people. Yeah, for the general audience. I like that idea. I think that'd be a cool idea. So that's he said we need a lantern in the finale to set up lanterns next year. Well, we're gonna get Guy Gardner for sure because we already have him, and we know Guy Gardner has a massive role in the Lanterns show. So I think that kind of solves. And me and Chris have been talking about. There's a new rumor about the Lantern show, guys. That you know how they were building the Lantern show about about kind of a True Detective type show, right? But with space cops. Apparently it's going to involve a mystery where Peacemaker might set up the death of the beloved not Justice Gang member, Justice Society member of Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern. And it's been stated that Alan Scott is dead in the DCU, and that the Lantern show is going to involve the Lanterns kind of doing a Knives Out thing where they're trying to figure out who did it, like who killed.
So basically, the Lantern show will be what I wanted the Loki show to be, where it'll be.
Yep, DC is just better than Marvel. You just have to accept it. You're getting what you want. You're getting what you wanted. I know, shots fired. Luke's our Marvel fanboy.
Listen, I just wanted like a fictional, some superhero some superhero mystery show. That's all I wanted, and I'm excited for Lanterns.
That's why I'm so excited for it. That's why I said it was like my most anticipated show thing. Because even though I am excited for Welcome to Derry is a prequel, and I'm sure it will still be cool. But for me, the thing that I love about Lanterns is just like
everyone hates prequels.
I wouldn't exactly say that. I don't hate prequels, but I get where you're saying.
I enjoy some prequels. I want to see the story move forward. I feel like prequels is the way we go back in time because we feel we need to explain things, and that's fine. But I like to see stories either in present day or moving forward a narrative.
I just think the only problem with prequels is when you go back in time, but not like I think it's fun going back in time to some lore, to some stories, but I think when you try to put them too closely together maybe and not span them out, it can get messy and be too much. But it really just depends on what the story is. That's all.
Yeah. I think that's true.
The Thing prequel, the Thing prequel was disappointing, yeah.
That'd be interesting, Chris. I mean, it'd be crazy considering they did tease Bloodhaven, but I don't know if they're ready to do anything with the Bat family yet, man.
Imagine Nightwing in the finale. I love you guys. Y'all be jumping ahead so much.
We just get excited, man. This is what we're living in the best times right now.
No,
it all circles back to Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh yeah, Luke is definitely gonna be excited. Yeah, Luke is gonna be excited about our surprise, Jake, when we bring you up here in a minute. Yeah, me and Jake have an exciting announcement for people in a little bit before the Q&A starts.
Okay.
You guys were busy doing your streams. Oh, you want to bring Jake in now? Yeah, I'll bring him in. I'll send him the link now. So Jake and I have an exciting announcement for everyone. Well, you guys we were trying to get Kenna's attention because Kenna was playing Rivals with other people last night. And Luke, you were busy streaming. But I was streaming with Jake last night, and Jake and I were playing Rivals and having fun and doing our thing. And let's just say we cooked up something kind of fun that we're pretty excited to announce. So let's bring the man, the myth, the legends, the one and only, the Jake the Snake. Or the Jake of the Snake. I play Rivals in a bit. Oh, yeah, nice. Chris, okay, let's get Jake. So, Jake, jump in the link, jump on in. Yeah, wait till you guys hear it. Oh, yeah, I did tell Melissa it. And since Melissa's here, I have a bonus announcement that I talked to Melissa about, that my schedule's about to get kind of crazy during the week, because I'm about to be doing 3 different big events during the week on my schedule. Well, welcome, Jake.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. All right, so welcome, everyone. So I know we got Peacemaker on the screen, but that being said, we can either take that one off the screen or whatever. Are we done with this one now, Luke?
Yeah.
All right, I'll remove it then. Perfect. All right. So Jake and I were playing Rivals last night. I'm actually currently editing a video, so you guys will get to hear this news before we drop this video. But so we were just kind of shooting the shit, playing Rivals, doing our thing. And when we were doing stuff, I was trying to hype Jake up and just telling about cool things to look forward to in the MCU, because he was having some issues and some doubts about some things, and I just really enjoyed the conversations we were having. And we started spitballing stuff and going crazy. And Jake and I are now going to have a new podcast together that's going to be like, if you guys have seen Nerd Theory with Den of Nerds and Star Wars Theory, it's going to be like their podcast, but it's going to be me and Jake on a Marvel podcast. And this Marvel podcast is going to be called The Masters of Marvel. And Jake and I have already made the intro for it. I'm working on a video about it. And our first episode is going to be very cool because we have a really unique format. We read Marvel comics. We're going to read one Marvel comic per week and discuss it. And then we're going to the first episode. I didn't tell Jake this news yet because I've been brainstorming all day, waiting for him to get off work. Our first episode is going to be
next Monday night, October 13th.
Yep, October 13th, which will be next Monday night, or this coming Monday night. But what's even crazier is Jake doesn't know this part yet. Our first episode is going to be all about Marvel villains. Because how I came up with the idea for this when we were playing Rivals was I came up with the Masters of Marvel from my favorite villain team being the Masters of Evil. So that's kind of how I came up with my name, was for me and Jake, which is kind of sick. So me and Jake are very excited about this. So, and we're open to having guest stars and stuff, but we want this to be big because, when playing Rivals, me and Jake have still been, trying to get excited about some Marvel stuff still. And so we came up with that. This was the perfect dudes to still talk about the bright. That's really cool about the Marvel series. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We're kind of talking about it. And
Retrolab, to answer your question about the Harry Potter podcast, we just haven't had time to figure out when we want to do that yet.
Yeah, we got to figure out a date for that. I know that's something we talked about doing, but we just got to find out a good time for him. I'm hoping we figure it out relatively. Hopefully we'll get more information once we start getting trailers for that new show, because I know that's going to be when we were hoping that was going to happen. My second announcement, since Melissa's in the chat here, as excited as the Marvel news is I will be taking over my former podcast that I started doing, but then my schedule got crazy. I had some news happen recently where one of my people one of my friends that was working on a podcast of mine, he's no longer able to do it because his schedule has gotten way too difficult. So not only will I be back on my Marvel stuff, I'll be doing 3 podcasts, 2 on the weekdays and 1 on the weekend. So I will be doing every Monday will be Masters of Marvel. Every Tuesday will be Legion of Creators. every Saturday will be I'm returning to Miyagi Kai, so rehosting my Cobra Kai Karate Kid podcast. So yeah, and I'm excited for that because that podcast is going to be used as my hype fan group to talk about. I'll be doing this new episode this week. Me and Melissa have been writing my script for my fan film, so we're going to be sharing exclusive news about the progress of. I'm going to be showing some footage from the movie and doing a breakdown of the stuff that I came up with, the fighting styles of the characters, and talk about some backstory and share some concepts I've been working on. So yeah, so I'm gonna be pretty busy. I'll be doing 3 podcasts now, which is kind of crazy. But me and Jake just came up with the Marvel one last night. I've been kind of sitting on the returning to the Miyagi one for a while, and I didn't know if I was going to. Oh, hold up. What did Chris say here? He said something about Harry Potter. Let's see. Pull this up on the screen in a minute. If it does anything. All right. I think next year is the best start for the Harry Potter series. It's the 25th anniversary for the first film. We can read the books, finish Hogwarts Legacy story mode, plus Hogwarts Legacy 2 soon. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We can wait till next year. That sounds like that would be awesome.
Yeah, sure, Melissa. You're welcome to.
So you can come in with us.
Are you gonna be live this next Monday with that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's when our first episode airs.
Nice.
If you're not too busy streaming and you want to come in, Luke, you're welcome to join.
Oh yeah, of course.
We could use another Marvel expert to join.
What's going to be the time slot? Is it all going to be at like 7 p.m.?
It's going to be 7 p.m. It's going to be 7 p.m. because Jake gets off work at 5. Oh, okay. Melissa, let me get you up here, Melissa.
Hey.
Welcome, Melissa.
Hey, well, no, thanks for having me on. I can't believe I'm on with you guys.
Yeah, of course. We're at the end of the show, so we just thought we thought since the news involved you, and since you've been kind of my helper screenwriter for all the stuff that we've been working on, I thought you'd want to come up and so yeah, is Saturday going to be a day that works for Miyagi Kai for you, Melissa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most definitely.
I think we're going to shoot for so my schedule I'm planning on. I always like to take a nap after work, so I'm planning on a 6:30 start on Saturdays. 6:30 my time. And then we're gonna do Masters of Marvel with Jake on Monday at 7 p.m. Keep it the same time slot as Legions. Yeah, I'm working on that, Chris. I really Chris was gonna ask me about my DC podcast. We need a Beyond DC podcast soon with Eli soon. We need DC Heads on Plus Daily Planet episode. Yes, Daily Planet's episode 2 has been long delayed. It is finally coming. It is finally coming. I did some big work with some new images that I'm working with, and I did some AI to create some cool DC images for the episode. So if you guys don't know, DC Daily Planet is a new web series I started as a YouTube video thing where I talk about all the DC updates that we get and break them down in kind of little videos. But I only got to release one video so far before Superman came out because it's a long process because the video has like a lot of stuff in it. The Disney Rewind stuff, we'll consider bringing that back eventually, Sofan. Best do Daily Planet after New York Comic Con and Peacemaker finale. Yeah, I'll probably wait for that. That's a good idea, Retrolad. Yep, you're part of the Miyagi Kai as well, Underground.
Hey Joe, can I dive a little? Hey Joe, can I dive a little bit into what we've been working on, just a little bit? For Miyagi Kai.
What we're working on?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Tell everyone what we've been working on.
Okay, so
I gotta run and grab a drink anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah. So we've been working kind of like on our own kind of like a spin-off idea for for Cobra Kai, and we kind of like started off with kind because we don't even know when or who these spinoffs are going to be about, like just like in the future. But this is something that we really enjoyed doing, like kind of like put our own spin on the story. So we did kind of like a Sam and Miguel and Okinawa spinoff.
Okay.
With Sam kind of like with Sam and Miguel going to Okinawa and being part of Chosen's dojo and it being run by somebody else. And the fight scenes are pretty intense with what we come up with. And the mystery, kind of like the lore of it, it's the same as Cobra Kai, but it's different. It's different. I like to think of it like we're getting a much better version of Sam and Miguel. Hey, I'm just gonna get a Benadryl. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting a much better, much more complex version of their characters that we kind of like you've never seen before. And it's kind of, I don't want to say better, but much more grown.
More progress in the story.
Yeah.
Than there was originally in the show.
Yeah. Kind of like
cool.
seeing where they've taken Sam, and kind of like where we kind of see her being in the future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Joe, you've seen some of the stuff that we've written.
Yeah, I have. I have seen some of the stuff that you've written, and it's been very promising stuff from what I've seen so far. We're even trying to. You guys remember when we interviewed me and Melissa actually interviewed William Christopher Ford, who played Dennis in Cobra Kai and Karate Kid. And we're actually going to send, when we're finished with our stuff, we're planning on actually sending him our script over so he can look it over and stuff, because we have pretty big connections with him.
Now, if you felt the fight scenes were pretty bad, were intense in Cobra Kai, wait till you see our fight scenes.
More bloody.
Yeah, and a cool thing that we're doing.
Oh yes.
And a cool thing that we're doing with the spinoff, which is really cool. As much as we've introduced, we have the characters that we already love from the show. We've also announced new characters that are going to be in our story that have whole new roles. In fact, one of our new characters is actually going to tie directly in to my fan film. It's all part of the Miyagi-verse. Even my film is a part of the Miyagi-verse. It's going to be cool because it's like the spinoff that we're doing is going to actually set up those things.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is really cool. We're pretty excited about what we're working on.
Wait till we introduce Kai. Wait till we introduce you to Kai.
Kai's my character that we wrote, that we've been working on for Kai is what we've been working on for
a while.
For Cobra Empire.
Yeah.
Kai and Cole are the central characters in Cobra Empire. And Cobra Empire is my brainchild. I've been working on Cobra Empire since like the writer strike happened. Like I didn't know when we were gonna get Cobra Kai season 6. So I started cooking my own little private project in case we didn't know if we were ever gonna get a worthy conclusion. So when I first built it out, it's gone through multiple different drafts. And here's something you guys don't know. I actually went to bring my draft to my script to a couple action movie directors to get some feedback on choreography.
That's cool.
I'm not at liberty to say who I talked to, but I did talk to some pretty cool people, and they gave me some really good ideas.
There you go.
And also too, Kai's got a very interesting past. Very
interesting. We have a really interesting backstory for Kai. This new character we created has a very interesting backstory.
It'll be interesting to hear when you bring back the
Chris has another topic
more in depth.
What'd you say, Kenna?
I said it will be very interesting once you bring back the original Cobra Kai podcast, and you can go more in depth with it for when that comes back. You know. Yeah,
and the thing of it is too, we have enough we have enough for 5 seasons of it. And
Wow.
it's gonna lead up to the events that happen into Cobra Kai Empires. It's
That's
gonna
awesome.
it's
Yep,
gonna
we have it
it's gonna
set up
provide a
into our
direct
movies.
link. Mm-hmm. And the
Well,
And
thing
my
it's
is,
good to hear
movie
that
is
you guys
actually
are
going
putting
to
it all
have.
together.
oh yeah, and the setting
Yeah, we're
the
putting it
setting
together.
is
Our
amazing
story is
too.
pretty cool. Yeah, we
Yeah.
built our own world, which is really kind of cool. And what's really cool about it is all the different new characters that we're doing. I unfortunately, one of the reasons why it's essential that I have to come back to hosting the show we're working on is because whenever we were working on previous episodes, a lot of the people writing the story didn't have a lot of good notes to know how to write the action in the story. And so
Yeah.
I've been so busy with life I hadn't been able to work on it, but when I come back this Saturday, I'm bringing in a lot of new ideas and new notes that I got from some people that I got approval from to know a little bit more about what kind of action when we talk about bringing new styles in.
Mhm.
I went and talked to a couple people to get some appraisal and good ideas for where to take certain characters' stories.
And that's and
So
Joe,
I studied a couple different.
and Joe, when
Go
you
ahead,
get a
Melissa.
chance, Joe, when you get a chance, before we do the podcast on Saturday, just give me a call and just see like where would you have like Sam, like for ideas that you have for Sam's character and Miguel's character going forward.
Yeah, we'll have a
And
phone call before.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a
Also,
phone call before the episode.
Definitely Sensei Lynn's character and May's character. Oh,
Yeah,
guys,
we created
just
these
to
new
let you know-
characters called
yeah,
Sensei
and just to
Lynn
let
and
you
May's
know,
character.
yeah. And just so you know, guys,
Do you have something to say,
May,
Jake? Oh, go ahead.
I'll wait.
May and Sensei Lynn are the Sato and Chosen of this story, respectively.
Yeah, they're the next generation of some of the top senseis and the storylines that we've come up with, which is pretty cool. What did you have
Yeah.
to say, Jake?
I just want to say, before our podcast on Monday, Joe, just let me know what all the topics are, so then I can make like banners for the stream.
So I think for Masters of Marvel, we're gonna start our first episode relatively simple and focus on one theme. So, because I think our one theme is gonna last our entire show, let's
remember New York Comic Con's this weekend, Joe.
Yeah, so I'll say this. I've already heard we're getting the Wonder Man trailer, so we'll have Wonder Man trailer discussion. We might get other Marvel news. I don't want to get my hopes up, but if we get some news about Daredevil, I'm probably gonna scream. And of course, we'll also have to talk about Jake. Since it is a Marvel podcast, we'll have to give our overview since we'll have played Daredevil all that weekend in Marvel Rivals. So we'll have to give our overview of that stuff.
Okay. Yep.
So that'll be good to have the gameplay for Marvel Rivals, to have to have that stuff. Hopefully, New York Comic Con brings lots of good news, and then also we have our villain topic. So, what comic should we read, Jake, this week? Because we talked about we were going to read a comic this week.
I don't know, dude. Like, I'm down with whatever. Like, I got Marvel Unlimited, so I can pretty much pull up anything.
Yeah, we got Marvel Unlimited again.
Before.
What kind of story would you like to read?
I don't know. I'm down with
Go ahead,
whatever.
I think
Okay.
let's answer Richard Lad's one last question before I think it's time to end the podcast.
Yeah,
or at
we're
least
gonna
I'm
we're gonna
gonna
wrap it up after we.
Yeah. Chris
Yeah, we're
says.
gonna wrap
Can
it
we talk
out.
about? Yeah, can we talk about the last topic about Xbox Game Pass and the prices of consoles? Rumor that next gen is canceled and it's only the Series X they're focusing on. I don't know much about that. I haven't catched up with Xbox for a while because it seems like they're kind of like Xbox is a good console. I feel like, but it's just like they're not as in a way they're not as popular as like Nintendo and the PS right now, especially since a lot of people are more leaving consoles in general to go over to PC. I feel like with a lot of gamers, so
So it's funny. Let's break into it.
mhm,
Game Pass has gone up 50%, right?
Mhm.
Or it's going to in the next month, whenever,
Mhm.
you know. So people went canceling it like crazy. I've seen them blame it on Call of Duty because Call of Duty lost them like $300,000 or something like that. But I'm over here, a bunch of people are sitting here kind of like, well, did you actually lose money, or is that just money you thought you could have made? You know what I mean? Like, you're not really losing money. Like, then they're talking about they're not going to do day one releases as much anymore. It's like, are we really blaming everything on Call of Duty? Like, that doesn't
right. Like
really
I don't
make.
think that's. I also don't think
Yeah.
that's quite fair or accurate.
Right. Console prices I still think are fair. While all you guys like will probably not feel this way. And you see like a PS5 Pro going for like $700. I do think that's a lot. But like at the same time, PS3 came out for $600 back in like 2004. You know
Right.
what I mean?
And then
Like,
the PS5 that I got was only $400. You know, like.
yeah, it's just not that bad. Get a PC. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Then you're talking about spending $1,500 to $2,500. I think one of my hard drives was around $1,500, and the other one was $2,500. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
it's just a different ball game. And then like on top of that, you get one of these PCs and you pay all this money, and then buy a monitor on top of that and all these other accessories that you need.
Right.
And then the games crash. And then the games crash, and you're like, "What? Why did I spend all this money?" Like,
Yeah.
it becomes kind of infuriating, and like,
Right.
you have to learn your way around a million things. Like, you always are looking up stuff to fix issues because you have a PC now. The
Mhm.
console and the price that it has is worth it, man.
Mhm.
Like, it's no headaches. You just get to play your game. Like,
Because
there's
like I agree with like if you buy a $400 or even a $700 PS5 or PS5 Pro and you buy maybe like a $60, $80 game on there or whatever it is, it will run. It won't crash. Unlike getting like a almost $1,000 worth of equipment for your
right.
PC and monitor, and then on top of that a $60 or $80 game, and then it's crashing.
And I mean, it still crashes on console sometimes, depending on the
Right.
game. But like
Yeah.
PC is just a whole nother ball game, you know.
Mhm.
So like, also with the Xbox Series X, I've heard rumors that this is potentially the last console. We'll see what actually happens. I think they might be putting a little good old Xbox the same way that Star Wars needs to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy and Marvel needs to get rid of Kevin Feige. God, Xbox has needed to get rid of Phil Spencer for the
What?
longest time. Like,
Oh,
Phil
it is?
Spencer
Okay.
is just the plague of Xbox.
I
And
didn't know
like,
that.
look back to the Kinect, and he thought the Kinect was going to be the biggest thing ever, and then it was like the biggest flop and the biggest failure. That's exactly what's about to happen again with the Xbox Alley ROG2 or whatever the hell it's called. Like the portable Xbox, essentially, that they're selling for what, $700, or how much is it? $600 or $1,000? Like, the price tags on it are ridiculous, and it's not going to work as well as a Steam Deck. It's just, and then that's going to tank them, and then they're
Right.
going to blame that, like, because that wasn't successful. And so where the I thought the future of Xbox was really bright in the way that I think gaming streaming services really are the future, the same way Netflix and everything. People would rather pay that small price tag every month and get some free games on day one, these free games here and there. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it feels when you're doing it that way compared to paying $70 a pop, $50 a pop. Like, but if they're going to move away from day ones and they're going to blame other like games like Call of Duty, and they're going to up their prices by 50% on people, like, maybe it's not the future anymore. I don't know. Like, we just got to see how things play out more than anything else. It's not Phil's fault. It's Microsoft. I don't know, dude. it might not be Phil's fault, but Phil's been a problem for a while, I think. Is that anybody else got any thoughts here?
I'm not super knowledgeable in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But I do agree with just like, I mean, everybody's situation is different, financially. So like, I totally understand why people are turned off by the higher prices, but also at the same time, it's like, well, would you rather pay only maybe $480 for just a console and a game compared to $1,000 for a PC setup,
Yeah,
etc.
if you're lucky.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
like literally, because if you want to play the games that come out now on your PC, you aren't getting $1,000 PC.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you want to play old games on it, sure. But if you want to play like the new stuff that's coming out, you're talking like probably around a $2,000 PC.
Right.
Like, because the requirements on so many of these new games are so high that you need to get one of these nice graphic cards to like literally run half of the games. Like, it's kind of crazy. So it's something else. Like, you can
Yeah.
get away with, like, some laptops, I feel like you get away with that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're on a laptop for your gaming, and that overheats super fast too.
Oh yeah, that
There's-
goes crazy. Playing
yeah,
this 4 on a laptop, you can set a house fire.
right. I mean, have it on the freaking fan thing they make for those. It's like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Joe?
I don't know if he's.
There he is. Hey, bud.
I was on mute. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
no worries. I think we're wrapping up here.
Yeah, I
we're
think we
about
said
good.
what we
Unless
Yeah.
you have
Really
anything
Yeah, I think we're
This
to
was
say
good.
really
about
great. I enjoyed
Xbox.
it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed our
We
No, I
announcement.
didn't. I didn't.
We get on rivals.
Yeah, I can get on. I gotta help. I gotta help my girlfriend set up her Xbox so we can get her to join us.
All right.
So let me get that set
so
up, but then we can
maybe I'll
go
see you
play
guys on
Rivals.
Marvels.
Sorry,
okay?
before we leave, I just got a text message from my friend. He said, "I need a PS5 now," in all caps. I don't know what the
Really,
context
that's
is.
funny.
I don't know what the context is. I just got a text
That's
message being like,
hilarious.
"I need one right now." I'm like, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny.
He's like,
Probably
what
because
did he?
Daredevil
Alright,
comes
sounds
out
good.
in like 2 days.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
What did he? Hold up.
This was a really great live stream.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see you guys on Rivals.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks for coming on, guys.
Right. See ya.
Yeah,
thanks
see you
thank
guys
you
on
for
our
having
Rivals
me
stream.
on.
Bye.
Thank you
Oh,
for
yeah.
having me on. All right.
Awesome.
Hey,
guys.
hey,
Thanks for coming
you
on.
guys
Yeah.
join a Discord server. Jump in Hall of Justice, and let's all talk from there.
Yeah, I'm actually part
Sounds
of that.
good. Yeah, we'll
Discord.
be there.
Yeah,
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 I'll be there.
I'll be right.
And
I'll be there.
I know how to
Yeah,
fix
sounds
the
good.
mic sensitivity issue for you guys too now. So.
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay,
can't
perfect.
I can't join right now, but the Discord, but I do have it on there.
That's good. That's okay.
Yeah, I'll see
Sounds
you
good.
guys in a bit.
All right.
All
See ya.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Bye.
Sounds
Have
good.
a
See
great
you
night,
guys on
everybody.
there.
All right.
Toy Story 5.
That's funny. Is this thing ending? Ending button. This thing takes a minute. This thing is going slow. The lag on this thing is crazy.